Apparently we're on, and we are in Seattle in 2016 doing some Shadowrun. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are here tonight playing part 2 of our Shadowrun 3rd edition three-parter, In the Blood. As I mentioned last week, it is a very classic module for Shadowrun. I've changed the name so as to not reveal too much up the front, but I will give you a little hint today, and I will show you this. There you go. All right. I'll reveal it next time. Anyways, we left last game with a bunch of people in a bad situation, so we want to get back into that quickly here. But first, no one survives the shadows without a bunch of chummers, especially such talented and good-looking chummers as I have with me here tonight. Hello, people.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Yes, I
Hello,
meant
person.
Hello, peoples of the universe. Miko is currently absent. He's gone to take care of some issues, but he'll be back a little bit later. We do have, however, a host of other very, very cool people here, and I would like them to tell you who they are and who they are playing here tonight. And we will start with the Mandy.
We're starting with me today. Hello, everybody. I'm Mandy, or the Mandy, as you know me all over the internet. That's Mandy with 2 eyes. I'm a professional dungeon master, streamer. I work in TTRPGs, and I do the things and the stuff. And you'll see me in chat under the same name, so say hi. And tonight I am playing Candy, the investigator Decker extraordinaire.
And you're freshly on Blue Sky.
I am freshly on Blue Sky. I just got in a couple days ago, so look me up on there. I'm the same name everywhere except for Twitter, because Twitter hates me.
Twitter hates everyone right now, so
truly.
Don't take it to heart. Hey, thanks, Mandy, for being here. I appreciate you being here and playing Candy. And we did, in between the 2 games, we did some stuff with your character, and we will reveal all that a little bit later tonight. Speaking of about to die horribly, Tim, what's up, Tim? How's it going?
Hey, I'm Tim. I guess I'm on Twitter, Blackmorphland, but I am playing Sans Joe, who is going to defy the GM tonight. That's what I'm going to do.
You get up in the morning and your first thought is, I'm going to defy the GM.
Yep. Every day.
Defy, some people.
It's a lifestyle.
Man.
It's a lifestyle, people.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I hear that about you people in California, and you're.
It's true.
Avocado toast and defying the GMs.
That must be the alternative lifestyle they keep talking about.
That's right.
Yeah, I keep hearing about it. I just haven't heard it.
We're on fire and have earthquakes. It's what happens.
Just the way the cookie crumbles. Hey, we just had tornado warnings here. I thought we weren't survived. But thank you for joining us, Tim. Once again, looking forward to seeing you defy me, since you do it so well. You do it with style and élan, as we say in French. Next up, we have Cass. What's up, Cass?
Hi guys, I'm Cass, and I'm playing Jack, the assassin. I think is what I'm playing, right?
Right.
The covert ops. Yeah. And I was a dwarf that was abandoned by my kind in the Ridgy Ditch.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, Cass. And finally, we have the other person who is going to try to defy the GM here in a moment, Rouge.
Hello, I am Rouge, joining this evening. Very much looking forward to my first ever Shadowrun combat, since this is the first time I've ever playing Shadowrun. When I'm not here, you can find me over on Live from the Apocalypse, but today I am playing Skahawk, the very green and inexperienced street shaman of the group, who is on her very first mission and is very excited to be so, even though she's also absolutely terrified at every moment that she's fucking up. So
no better way to learn than to go out and fuck up. That's how you learn
and survive.
And that's how Sans Joe dies.
The surviving is the important part. So hopefully we can manage to do that with this combat.
We'll see what happens right here in a few moments. Thank you, Rouge, for being here again. Appreciate you. All right, a couple more little shout outs before we dive into this. Of course, I am the Bleakseason on all the various social medias, etc., etc. My right-hand man, Andy, is back tonight producing the show. Very happy to have you back, Andy. whoa, sorry, I've lost where I am. Yes, tonight's music, as with last night, is by Carl Casey. Excellent sort of 80s style, futuristic kind of synth wave music. Check out check him out on YouTube, check him out on Spotify. Excellent music. Carl Casey. Our maps tonight will be by The Inimitable Solution, as well as I think I also have a map by Cyber Maps. Their links are going to be popping up in chat. Check them out. Amazing work as always. Shout out to Guildspear, all the people in our Discord, hanging out, playing games, posting coffee memes, keeping us honest. And the characters tonight, I will post that up here in a second. But as we mentioned, the characters are in a bit of a pickle. If you want to help the characters, you can for a few 100 bits a pop. You can give a character of your choice a karma. That karma will allow that player to re-roll failures, which, can come in handy. Who knows? Come in handy, like Andy. Let us then do a little recap of last week, and then we'll dive into this. You were hired by Mr. Johnson, who's played by Miko, who'll be back here in a moment, to find both his a missing woman named Vicky, and a priceless necklace that she has. Mr. Johnson informed you that he had hired earlier a private detective, to find Vicky, but the private eye has also disappeared. So now he's gone all out and hired a group of Shadowrunners to help him find where Vicky might be. You followed the first trail, which led you to her apartment. You found out that the apartment was empty, that someone had come in, brought in a letter signed by her saying that she was breaking her lease, took all her stuff, got out of there. In the aftermath of that, Candy, your decker, decided to follow the trail of the truck to try and figure out who had hired the truck, where the truck came from, so on and so forth. We did that information between the games, and we'll get to that momentarily. After this, you decided to split up, and a bunch of you went to do some legwork to find some information about the missing person and the truck and so on and so forth. The only other clue that you had was that Vicky had been volunteering her time, working for a poly club, which is a kind of self-help group called the Anima Universalis. So you had started looking into that. Also, you met a troll named Mr. Dent, who lived across the hall from Vicky and had her cat, who said that Vicky had, for a long time, been a very lost kind of person, didn't know where she belonged, so on and so forth, but had seemed to really flourish since she had started hanging out and working at this poly club. But he was kind of surprised that she would leave without telling him anything. So it's obviously all very kind of suspicious. The lot of you followed up a tip that Mr. Dent gave you, which was that Vicky used to go to a Madame Ulisha to get her palm reads and her cards read. Madame Ulisha does tarot and so on and so forth. So you went down into Puyallup, which is kind of a bad part of town, to find Miss Alicia, and that was Sans Joe and Skahawk. And when you arrived, you walked into the apartment to find Madame Alicia lying on the ground, and two thugs in the apartment apparently started turning it over, searching for something perhaps. As you stepped in, you noticed that these thugs had some weird cyber replacements. They had these completely black, glassy eyes, and they had these weird sort of like mandibles that came out of their jaws and sort of came around the front of their mouth. So they were kind of freaky looking. And that's where we ended, because they looked at you like they were about to kick your ass. So we will begin with that then tonight. Right away, getting into it. If you want to turn to the map.
Oh my gosh, our first combat?
Right away, right off the bat. So you arrived here in Madame Alicia's apartment. I put you there, but I mean, I'll give you some leeway.
Oops.
It's clear that you the door is open, and I do believe Sans Joe had stepped in, but I'll give you some leeway a little bit to sort of reposition yourselves a bit if you want. You see one of these guys here, and here, let me show you what they look like. These weirdos. This is what you're faced with. Two of these guys. And, oops.
Oh, you guys so small.
I know. And Madam Militia is on the ground here.
Guy, we can take him.
You can take him, just a little guy. So you have Madam Militia on the ground here, over here. And you have another one of those dudes over there, and then one guy here. So let us turn to, now if you want to get a bit of a heads up on the information on the character sheet, the first tab is the cheat sheet. It will tell you all you need to know about how to proceed. I will talk you through it. Also, I know some of you have not played Shadowrun before. So we begin by rolling initiative. So on your character sheet, you will have your reaction plus your initiative. For example, why am I missing character sheets? I've cast him. Oh, this is the old one. Damn it.
Wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah. I
Right.
one shot.
So I have a 16.
Hold on a second. I'm just going to find the correct
Because it's the
Shadowrun.
number of dice equal to my reaction plus then dice.
Nope. So what's going to happen is you're going to roll a Rouge. So you see you have your reaction is 4, and your initiative is 1d6. So you would roll 1d6 and add 4.
Ah, okay.
Now, you do have a spell lock, and I don't know if I explained it.
Yes.
You have a spell lock, which is kind of just, it's a magical item that you have, that you've cast the spell enhanced initiative on it. You can turn it on
Got
and
it.
off as you want. Now, here's the downside to having it on, which your character would know. You don't leave it always on, because when it's on, it has a presence on the astral space, and if there's something nasty in astral space, they can fire a spell at you through it. So normally you only turn it on when you really need to.
AKA when I'm already about to be in combat.
Exactly. So very likely it's not on right now,
Yeah.
but you can.
She would not have thought to turn it on before they walked in.
But as a free action, then you can turn it on for next round. So next round you'll have an extra d6. You would roll 4 plus 2 d6 next round.
Question, is this one of those systems where we roll initiative every round?
Yes, you're going to want to, because sometimes you're going to roll pretty badly.
I just wasn't sure if it's the sort where you like roll once and that's your initiative for the whole
Now
thing.
you're about to understand why you roll more than once. So
Gross. My total was 6.
okay, I will, hold on 1 second. I will add you.
I'm just deciding that it's a narrative thing of she's caught flat-footed because she's never been in combat before. She has no idea what she's doing.
I love that.
Sans Joe is very experienced and like
Very on top of things.
just
Yeah.
All right, so Rouge, you had 6, you said?
6.
Sans?
16.
And my dudes?
Have 4. No.
No. They have 10.
Gross.
Wow, they're quick.
Okay, so we start with the highest first. So that'll be you, Sans.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, my friend. What would you like to do? So you have these two guys. I will say this, your spidey sense goes off. There is something magic in this area.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I should have anticipated that, her being a tarot reader and palm reader and stuff and doing magic. So Sans Joe just under his breath, just so Skahawk can hear, says, "Blast the other one," and then leaps forward to do battle with the closest one. And he is just bare knuckle smashing.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do it. So you are attacking him melee. So you are going to roll a number of d6 equal to your unarmed skill plus your threat if it's one of your threat dice. I will do the same. And then whoever has the most successes will win out this particular contest. Your targets are 4. Unless you have
Targets are
something
4?
that lowers your targets.
6 successes.
Pretty good. I have 8 successes.
Damn.
That's right. And so the way melee works in this is that if you're doing melee, you can get hit as much as you can hit them. So whoever wins gets the other one. So your 6 cancel my 6, which means I have 2 left. The power of my attack is 11 minus your impact armor.
That would be 2, so 9.
All right, so now you're going to roll your body, and if you have your body as your threat attribute, you can add your threat dice to that.
I do not.
So roll your body. You're looking for 9s, which on the d6 you might think is impossible to get, but no, if you roll a 6, you re-roll and add to that 6.
Okay. So I got 2 6s. And then 1 more 6.
All right, so that's 1 success.
So
Do you
one
want to spend a
success.
karma and re-roll your failures?
Yes, I will spend a karma and
Go
reroll.
for it.
And I got a
So
6.
You got 1 6?
Yep.
Right.
So
So
2.
that's 2 successes. That cancels 2 of his successes. You take a moderate physical wound as this thing punches you so hard that your teeth and your ancestors feel it. There is something definitely not normal about how hard this thing is hitting you. And as it comes in and kind of just blocks your blow and punches you in the chest, it's doing this weird kind of sound as it hammers you. At 10, will be their turn. He will try to hit you again. So you can defend by doing a counterattack, or you can go full defense. What would you like?
I'm trying to look up my sidestep.
While you're looking at, I will do the other action on Skahawk. So Skahawk, this one will grab the couch that's there and just lift it up and hurl it in your general direction.
Oh, that's just if they're trying to move me. Never
Okay.
mind.
Well, I'm going to finish with Skahawk, and I'll come
Yeah.
back in a second. All right. So Skahawk, so I'm assuming you're going to go full defense, which means that you can roll your body. So you roll a number of dice equal to your body.
That is 2 successes. But so if I use one of my karma, do I get to roll 1 failure or all
You get to
failures?
reroll all your failures.
I will spend one of my karma points to do all of my failures on this roll.
All righty, go for it. You're looking for 5s, by the way, because you're just trying to dodge the couch.
In that case, I have 1 success.
Okay, and before?
Well, I thought the 4s that I had to start were successes, so I did not re-roll them.
Oh, well, re-roll them now.
Okay. That's still only 1 success.
All right, so the couch clips you and shatters against part of the wall, and you're kind of pushed back a little bit. You're fairly big because you're Fomorian, so you kind of stand up. You're going to take a moderate stun wound as this couch is just kind of hammered into you.
So that does beg the question.
What's a stun wound? So you see on your condition monitor,
Mm-hmm.
you have stun and physical, right?
Okay.
So you would fill out, I'll fill them out for you this time, but you would fill out however you want, but you took a moderate wound. So you would fill out 1, 2, 3.
So I'm already at the penalty.
Yeah, but the penalty only comes into play next round.
Okay. But this doesn't trigger my berserker disadvantage because that's only for physical damage.
Aha.
Correct?
Correct. All right. So, Tim, let's do it. Are you counterattacking?
Yeah.
Go for it. Targets are 4 again.
All right. Let's do this time, huh? There we go. And then 3 more. Wow, damn. So that's 8 successes.
That's pretty solid. I only had 3.
How
So
are we
keep
playing the same game? Like, where are you getting all these dice?
Because he's punching things. That's his number one thing.
Yeah.
So you get,
9 dice.
what's your damage code?
6S.
6S.
It's serious with an S.
Yeah. I managed 4 more successes. So you actually, since there was 1 left over, do an S wound. So you come back from the punch that he gave you and you crack him one and you hear his bones just snap as the magic that's in your fists just sort of buries into him, and like you see his eyes go wide and sort of stare at you with those glassy black orbits that he's got there. And it's your turn, Skahawk.
Well, Sans Joe told me to blast the guy, and he did just throw a couch at me, so I'm gonna try and power bolt this guy.
Rightio. So you will roll a number of dice equal to your sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think you made sorcery one of your threats. So
No, unfortunately, I did not.
okay, that's fine, but that's what you have. So what force are you casting the spell at? Remember that the force is going to be target to resist it, but also your target for the drain roll. The highest you can do is whatever force you have it at. You can do less, but you can't do more.
Let's do 3.
May I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
I would probably say at least 4.
Okay, we'll
Your
do
drain
4.
is going to be half whatever you do.
Oh. Well, in that case, why shouldn't I just go for the full 5?
Well,
Screw it.
All right. So
I get to roll 10 dice then because my sorcery is 5 and my power bolt's at 5.
No, it's just 5. It's still just your sorcery dice.
Rude.
I know. So you roll
If
your
I
5
succeed,
dice.
I do 5 damage. Is that how it works?
Yeah, but I will tell you, you are targeting his willpower. And his willpower is 2.
Ooh. So you got 5 against 2 right now.
So you get to roll 5 dice, and anything that's 2 or higher is a success.
Well, that's nice.
If you had
Oh,
targeted his
ones.
body, you'd be in deep doo-doo.
So that's 5 successes, but do 6s explode in this system?
Only if you need them to, which in this case you don't.
Okay.
So
I
that's
had
5
2
successes.
6s,
That's
so
pretty good. So my target is going to be 5. So I'm going to roll my willpower of 2. My target is 5. Again, no successes. So your spell is at
5.
you're going to do pretty good, yeah. But you were doing +1 damage level. What damage level do you want to do it at? Light, moderate, serious, or deadly? That's also going to be your drain level.
Furious.
All right, cool. So he had no successes and you had a whole bunch of successes. You just blew him up. So your spell explodes and there's just this moment of silence, and then like his entire body just shivers and just kind of falls apart as magical energy rips through him.
Oh God, I wasn't trying to kill him. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh God, I haven't actually used this on a person yet. I didn't realize that was going to happen.
And as you're standing there, just afraid of what you just did, roll your drain. So you're going to use your willpower.
Okay.
Is your willpower?
Which is 5
your
and
threat?
is one of my threat attributes.
So then you will add your threat dice to it.
Yeah.
Target. So your drain is +1 damage level, which means that you cast it at a 5. Your drain is going to be half, so it's going to be 2 + 1, so 3. So targets are 3, and you have to get 6 to get no drain whatsoever.
Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. All right. So you take no drain whatsoever from that, as the energy from the spell just goes right through you and then just unleashes out through the spell, and none of it remains behind to hurt you. However, when we switch into the new round, the moderate wound from the other is going to start to kick in. But the other guy's still up, and you get to go at 6 sands.
Yeah.
So
that was incredible.
Skahog just blew one right up.
Yeah.
And seems very upset that he did so.
Trying to kill him.
Sans Joe's
I was
just
just
kind
trying
of
to
grinning.
like take him out of the fight, like knock him out.
Like trying to keep from laughing. And he's just going to be like, well, you want more? And then he's going to swing again.
Go for it.
And I'm at -2, so that's only...
Let's go, Sans Joe. Let's go.
So that's... Oh, jeez.
Is that a good noise or a bad noise?
That's 5 6s. So, and was my number 4?
Is that how you get like the ultra moves in Mortal Kombat in this game?
Exactly. Yeah,
Him.
That's
Your target
freaking
was-
crazy.
Your target was 4. Now I'm going to roll my counterattack.
So I got 6 successes.
All right. I got 3 successes. So I'll take away 3 of your successes. And now I'm going to roll my body. What's your damage again?
6s, 6 serious.
You have 3 successes left over. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes on my body, which should scare you.
Body is amazing.
So you had 3 left over, so that cancels 3 of mine. 2 bring it down to a moderate. And there's 1 left, so you do him a moderate wound. So he's not out yet. As you give him another really good crunch, but you can feel that there's something protecting him. Like he's got some armor plates in his jacket, but he's also really, really tough. And that blow should have like finished him off, but it's just not there. He kind of reels back, and you can see that he's very kind of wounded and sort of out of it, but he's still up and at him. So we're going to roll initiative again. And this time, add your penalties if you took damage, which you did.
So it's just -2. It's not -2 dice.
In your case, yeah. So whatever you roll, you're going to drop it by 2.
But I can turn spell lock on.
You did activate your spell lock, so you get to roll 4 plus 2d6.
Yeah.
-2.
-2.
So really just 2d6 plus 2.
That's right.
Wow. That really knocked my initiative down. I'm at a 15.
Okay. Skahog?
So this time I'm at an 11.
Nice. That means you would get to go twice normally. Go for it, Sans, at 15.
I'm gonna be like, dude, you got, like, what's wrong with you? And
Like,
I'm just, I'm just like, you know what, man, I'm done. Like, my knuckles are hurting right now, so I'm just gonna, and I pull a throwing dagger out and throw it at him.
all right. Go for it. So roll. Your target is going to be 4 plus the penalty that you have from your wound.
Oh, plus the penalty, so only 3 successes.
What's the damage on your weapon?
Those are 6 light.
Okay, so 3 will take out these 3. Take out this. You do just 1 light, but it's just enough. As you throw the knife, it hits him right between his glassy, beady eyes, and he falls to the ground, dead as a doornail.
Jump.
Oops, sorry, I just killed
And
Sans.
damn. Ow.
Oh God. We
Hmm?
weren't. Is it okay that we killed them? Is this a problem? Is killing on these sorts of jobs a problem?
Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Okay. Good job tearing that one apart. That was hella cool. Good job staying alive.
Thanks.
Positive. Killing them. We didn't kill them. They were already dead. So.
But,
Yeah.
that's your
No, they were already dead. We
and-
just found them this way. Anybody shows up, this is just what we found. It's fine.
Cool.
Right.
Got
I'm gonna go
it.
through this one's pockets. You go check the chick, see if she's okay.
Right. Sure. On it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go examine our madame.
All right. And you are Sans are examining the
Yeah, the thug.
okay. So the thug, what do we do? Give me a so they only have their line coats. They don't have any weapons, they don't have any money, they don't have any ID, they don't have anything. They literally just have their armor on them. Go ahead, mein Freund, and give me what you got. You don't really have anything great as far as searching. So give me an intelligence check.
Aha. So you want I'm really smart. I'm just not investigative. What's my target number?
Target number is going to be 4.
4 successes.
All right. So you search them. You realize they don't have anything. They appear to be human. However, as you take a closer look at their face, you realize that the eyes and the mandibles are not, in fact, cyber replacements. They appear to be very natural. The eyes look kind of multifaceted when you look at them up close, but they appear to be very natural, and the mandibles are not cybernetic at all.
So I'm
Just to
like,
clarify, because you're using plural, there is only one body to examine at this point, correct? Because I exploded the other one.
Yeah.
I just want the record to show that
Yeah.
I
That you
destroyed.
I wanted the record to show that I blew that motherfucker up. Blew that bitch up.
So I'm like looking for cybernetic like panels and stuff, and there are just none.
Yeah, and they have nothing. Even for how strong they were, they just look like normal human. But for how strong they were, there's zero indication that they had any sort of muscle augmentation or anything of that nature.
Okay. Well, I'm not ruling out like bone manipulation, but
Maybe.
no way I can tell that without cutting them open. And I'm take my throwing knife back and put it in my bag. I'm not going to cut them open. Well, that's the shit.
Meanwhile, you
What you got, babe?
go. You're
I'm
about
gonna
to
search madame.
he just called you babe. So
Whatever. That's hardly the thing about this interaction she's going to be remembering when she like rejoins the rest of the group.
the table is appended. There
She
was
just killed her first man. Like
I was gonna say, was this baby's first kill?
This was
Baby's
baby's
first
first kill.
she
Oh, boy.
is.
And it was a doozy.
Sorry, GM,
problem.
GM, please continue.
Yeah, so the table is upended. There's tarot cards all over the place. There's like a teapot that's been bent over. There's incense sticks that have kind of flown all over the place. And when you approach the body, you see the body of a woman maybe in her mid 40s also. And it looks like her neck was broken, like someone just grabbed her by the neck and just sort of snapped it. You don't see anything really kind of strange or different otherwise about her. She just looks quite dead.
Just to clarify, because it's not explicitly stated in my spell, I do have treat. And the only thing it says is treat must be applied within 1 hour of injury. But I'm assuming they still have to be alive.
They still have to be alive. In fact, yes. So what happens?
This isn't like a tricky, as long as you get in under the wire, you can bring them back from the dead type thing.
No, what happens in the shadow is after you go over your physical monitor, you get a number of boxes equal to your body. You're knocked out, but you can still take that much damage. And once you reach that, you're gone.
Can't just like most severe chiropractor in the world just like fix that neck. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Let's just snap that back.
We'll just snap that back in place and you're right as rain. No. All right. All right. So her neck was snapped. I'll say there's no helping her. She's dead.
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you wanted, do an sensing roll to see if there's still any life left in her.
I can do that. I want to do that then.
So you go ahead and you do that. So you're going to roll your sensing skill. And your target is going to be 4.
No.
So Sans Joe just says, well, check if she's still a little bit alive.
I'm pretty sure she's all dead. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, she could be mostly dead.
I don't think you get mostly dead from a broken neck. I'm pretty sure that's one of those all dead things.
I mean, maybe.
So no successes?
No successes.
Do you want to keep looking through the apartment, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna, at this point, try and move away from all of these dead bodies.
That's gonna be tough because you kind of spread that one out.
I wasn't trying to, and I'm gonna actually say that Skahawk storms off to search this area.
And what Sanjo's gonna do?
I mean, he's gonna kind of laugh at her, but like in a laugh at her squeamishness, if anything. And he's gonna try to open this door right here.
Okay. Meanwhile, the rest of you, having gone off to search for information, Candy's in the back of the car, eyes rolled back in her head as she's fingers flying away on her holographic keyboard as she's hacking left, right, and center. What are Mr. Johnson and Jack doing while Candy's what we did between the game?
Mr. Johnson is just sitting very, very silently and pointedly not making conversation. If Jack even tries realistically to ask him very much, he just answers in short, single, monosyllable statements.
What are you trying to say? You're saying I'm the talkative one.
You guys making calls or doing anything else, or just waiting for what's
me to do all? I'm just let the hacker do all the work. It's fine.
I made my phone calls and connected the hacker with the appropriate contacts.
True, you did.
I did my job.
I
Now
feel
I'm
like
waiting.
in this very tense silence, all you hear is from like people wear earbuds and stuff still in this world, right? You just hear like really cheerful, like peppy Japanese pop music coming from like her headphones, while like that's the only sound you hear in the car in this deafening silence.
And then
It's
once in a while, she blows a bubblegum balloon.
I do.
Yeah,
I absolutely do.
I see it. Yeah.
Yes. And I'll pause, like I'm waiting for something to load or I'm waiting for a response from the other hacker. And I'm like, man, you guys dead out there? I can't like see. Do I need to switch views?
No.
Okay.
After about 15 minutes or so, you managed to gather all the information that I gave you on the cap sheet there.
So, did you share this with everyone else, or am I just going to like go through it?
Gave
all?
it to you to roleplay with.
Okay. So I'll come out from my deep dive, so to speak. Take the earbuds out and back into the meat space, which is not my favorite feeling in the world. I kind of fucking hate it. And I go, so I found out some stuff about the trucks. They emptied all of her stuff into an incinerator. So
So all her stuff's gone then.
yeah, you know, the what was it called? It was Bust a Move. Yeah, Bust a Move is actually related to a service called Universal Cartage, Matrix only company with drop off and pickup points around in the real world. No offices, no nothing. It's obviously illegal. Barely held up front. Basically, what people are renting when they get those trucks is a fake Vite tag, the vehicle tracking and identity emitter, and I found they lead back to virtual holding company identified as, and I give the name out, which is I'll spell it out like military style, and I'll put it in the chat, our chat as well, so that you have access to that. That's not what I meant to paste. Sierra Romeo uniform Bravo 7216 Echo uniform, and it looks like everything that went from Vicky's place was issued by to an internal request. It wasn't an outside client who booked this car. It was Universal Cartage who used the car. So they get to a depot. Vite stops working. Burnt everything. And the only connection I could find between those Anima Universalis assholes that Vicky was supposedly volunteering for, there are some traces of them using this service through the years, but not anything major. That's all I got. It was pretty high security. So,
Did you get a clue where she went or where they took her?
Nope.
Well, thank you for looking, mate.
Yeah, I can try again in a bit, but trying again now might set off some suspicion, and it was a little bit tough just to get this.
Oh, yeah. Might be better safe than sorry, you know.
Let's just hope that she didn't end up in the incinerator too.
Well, I didn't see
Yeah.
anything about that, but it was definitely, I got footage, and she holds up a little screen of people, of the truck being emptied out into an incinerator, but you don't see a person in any of that. And this truck being stripped.
Good work then. Can you pull Memba's address?
Yeah, I should be able to do that. I found on that already last session, didn't I, Bleak?
Patrick Bembro, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I'll upload to the files that I've been giving to Mr. Johnson, like Bembra's information as well. And I hold up I pull up a little hollow screen for the two of them, or for him to glance back at in the rear view. Because I assume cars are regular here, or are they auto-driving cars? I don't know, but holds up a little screen, and kind of pushes it into the front seat, so you can see like my little dossier on Bembra.
So you do have
It's pink also, by the way.
pink neon.
Yes, neon pink. It's very hard to look at.
That's why she uses it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just to irritate people.
Yeah.
And also aesthetics, of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, pink's awesome.
Good
So what
work,
next for
though.
you guys?
All right. I'm looking
that
at
is-
my notes.
If that's going to be a dead end, I think we should go and check out Bembra's address. See if there's any sign of him that we might be able to track down. If they were so thorough with Vicky, maybe perhaps they were not as thorough with Bembra.
Good idea.
Hopefully not.
You shoot out to Bembra. Are you going to send the address out to the other guys so they can meet you after? Or?
Yeah, Candy, send a message to Skyhawk and Sancho.
Already
meet
on
us- to
it.
meet
She
us there.
says, kind of bobbing to some music. Tap, tap, tap.
Gahak gets a text on her like analog phone and is just like, oh,
Little slide phones.
Yeah.
oh
got, like,
no,
the-
it's like
you've
it's
got, like,
the
the
old like
T-Mobile
Motorola
Sidekick.
flip style.
Yeah,
sort
my
of
God.
phone.
I miss those, man. You can fucking break those for shit.
Yeah, you could yeet them at fucking solid brick wall. Nothing would happen.
Yeah. You would dent the floor if you broke them or
I'm
if you dropped
Not
it.
speaking
None
from
of this,
experience or
like-
anything.
You
Yeah,
know,
no, no, no.
dragging to type thing. It's like I tap. Ba, 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 ba.
Yes.
When T9
Um,
wasn't really a thing.
But the text says, change of plans, rolling eye emoji, and then address.
Literally just K back because it's the quickest way
No, no,
to
no.
acknowledge.
Tap, 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 tap. K.
Like you type out a whole sentence and then you delete it and just put K because you're trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm hip. I can totally handle this. I'm not
I totally-
having a mental breakdown in a stranger's kitchen because
It's fine.
someone exploded just in front of me. It's fine. I'm
It's fine.
fine.
Everything's fine.
It's
Back-
fine. It's fine.
I feel like the camera, like after you send that, the camera cuts back to the car and Candy just like half dived in, half like still listening to what's happening in the world. Just like Skyhawk types like an old lady. Who says K anymore?
Well,
Mostly
Hello.
everybody talks with emojis. these
Meanwhile,
days.
meanwhile, Candy's probably older than everybody here.
I feel like if we're going for like the old, it would be like okay, period. Like
No, wait. No.
okay, A
Dear
Y.
Candy.
Yeah, A was.
K. Dear love,
Candy.
Scotch.
okay, Skahawk.
No, I said Scotch because she spelled it wrong. Fucking autocorrect.
What would autocorrect even? I don't think there is autocorrect when it was back in the iTap days. I think I'm
I don't-
safe.
It did used to correct for you, and you'd be like, click, click, click.
All right. Meantime, back at Madame Alicia's, you've just received your text and sent it back with the little emoji and the whole 9 yards. Typing with your big Fomori thumbs on that thing and just double typing letters all the time. When you go check the kitchen, you find that unlike the area of the house that was reserved to where she was doing her readings and whatnot, the kitchen is very disgusting. There is food everywhere. The food is rotting. There's like meat in the sink that's rotting. It's covered in flies. There's old vegetable matter on the counter that's just rotting. When you look into the fridge, you find that it's stocked with food. Some of it's still fresh. Some of it also kind of gone. There is a lot of milk for some reason, some of it which has turned sour, but some of it which is still fairly fresh. And it's stocked. It's super stocked with food. And in one of the cabinets in the kitchen, you will find a bunch of different, like 7 or 8 different types of baby formulas, baby food, things of that nature.
Baby formula. Wow.
Hey, Joe, there's not a baby in that room you're in, is there?
Meanwhile, Joe, you open the door to the bathroom. You find lying no, sorry, you're going to the bedroom.
Yeah.
You go to the you're going to the bedroom. I thought you were going to the bedroom is sort of like I was talking about. Okay. This back room is separated from the main room by a hanging beads. The smell in this room is also kind of off the charts. There's no rotting meat or food and stuff like that, but it's just really dirty. The bedclothes, the covers on the bed are just absolutely filthy, absolutely disgusting. Just everything kind of smells really bad. Everything looks like it's covered by like grease almost. And you do find a cot in one of the corners. However, there's no baby, there's nothing, and it looks like maybe it hasn't been used in a while. Like it's completely stripped of all clothing or all bed sheets and stuff like that. It's kind of pushed up against a corner, and there's other things that have kind of been pushed up against it and kind of sort of all over it. As you go through the room, you find just what you would expect: books, self-help books, books on, tarot, spirituality, things of that nature. There's a couple other packs of tarot cards. There's some clothes, just very standard clothes. Everything kind of filthy and dirty, like someone who just never washes anything kind of thing. The only thing that kind of stands out is in the closet, you find a cardboard box that is filled with a bunch of flyers, and I will send y'all the flyer in question. Probably I'll put it in the Zoom chat here.
So after I find the flyers, I reach into my jacket pocket and I pull out my blacklight glow stick. Does that do anything to just to have a blacklight glow stick?
You just see way more filth. Like there's at least
there's things you didn't want to know about.
Filth that you can see with your naked eye. And
I call this my scar stick, and I put it back in my jacket.
And so this is the pamphlets that you find. The pamphlets appear to be type of pamphlets that would be handed out in the street. They're printed on the same kind of, mushy plastic that things are printed on these days, because paper doesn't exist anymore because all the trees are dead. And it kind of mimics paper, but it's basically just particles of plastic that have been super hard pressed together, kind of thing. And this seems to advertise something called the Universal Brotherhood. The cover, and I sent it to you guys through the Zoom chat if you want to check it out. I think I just sent it to Andy though, so I'm going to send it to
I was going to say, I don't see anything.
And he's like,
maybe it's the Skyhawk rubbing off on me, and I'm just being very bad with this tech, but I don't see anything. There we go.
There we go.
The cover says, "Unleash your inner abilities. Join the Universal Brotherhood to build a better tomorrow." The pamphlet, when you read it, seems to be out of date by a few years, but it talks about something called Universal Brotherhood. Be all that you can be. Get in touch with the power inside of you. It's a difficult world we live in, lots of decisions to make, decisions that affect our quality of life, even whether we continue in this life. In most cases, we're on our own when we make these important decisions. We can help. We are the Universal Brotherhood, a worldwide organization dedicated to your success. We can help you get in touch with the truth that's at the core of your being. We can help you find your own value in the grand scheme, your own personal destiny. If you think this sounds like philosophy, you're right. But it's scientific philosophy that can be applied to the real world. It's philosophy that can make your life better, more effective, more enjoyable, more significant. And it goes on like that. We believe that a goal of every sentient being is to become an agent, one who acts with total control of actions and motivations for the betterment of all. The science of belonging, the fundamental brotherhood of all sentient beings, is a fact proven scientifically and mathematically. It is as measurable and tangible as the gravitational constant. The Universal Brotherhood has more than 300 chapters across North America and another 100 internationally. And we're still growing. If you're ready to explore the possibility, come and join us. And yada, yada, it goes on like that over and over. And yeah, they don't have a fax anymore, even though it says the fax tank. But
Hey,
these look like they're a couple of years out, eh, maybe? So you find a whole box of those things.
All right, so I'll pick one up. Stick it in
All
my
these
pocket.
deckers around, everybody knows that fax is more secure.
That's right.
Right.
Deckers can't read; they can only read emojis.
It's
That's
true.
right.
Hey, leave my emojis alone.
So I'll put one of the flyers in my pocket right as
Find
I
a way to
hear,
hack effects.
Skyhawk, what did you ask me again?
Is there a baby in that room?
I'm gonna look around and be like, I hope not. Nothing sticking out, nothing making noise.
There's a lot of baby food in this kitchen.
I'm gonna come around the.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing if we don't find a baby in this apartment.
I'm gonna come around the corner and go. Well, I mean, baby food. Maybe she was
Baby
just
food.
into eating processed food.
She doesn't look like she was into eating anything. Half of the stuff in this kitchen is rotten.
Well, that explains the smell.
You mean besides all the dead bodies that are currently...
Okay, again, take a breath. You're gonna be okay. A lot better than that guy is that you tore apart into pieces.
Threw a couch at me. Who did that?
He deserved it. It's okay. For the most part, I would say this was as successful as we could possibly hope.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna tell everybody that I did a good job and I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
telling the truth.
First time, and I'm totally ready for a second job after we're done with this one.
Okay, you're not ready right now. You will be ready. But what I will tell them is the truth, and that is that you kicked ass. So
Cool. That's good.
Okay.
That'll probably work.
Okay, but you need to get your ass in line and calm the hell down.
Got it.
Okay.
Gonna to the other room. Let's go look through the other room, and she's gonna
There's a
stride off
bathroom.
to go open the other door.
Do you want to look in there? I don't.
Too late. She's already doing it.
Okay, well that just answered that.
She's got to show how under control she is.
So you're going to the bathroom?
Go to the bathroom.
When you walk into the bathroom, the first thing you notice is that on the ground, there is a charred body of what appears to be one of those things that you fought earlier.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, no, there's
I was
not.
about to be like, that's
There's
dark.
not going to be.
And I just blew up a
dead baby
guy.
body anywhere in this game, right? Just so we're clear, you're not going to find any sort that's not. We're not going to go there.
Okay.
Find the charred body of one of those thugs that you fought earlier.
Good for
Who
her.
looked like he was very much burnt by something there's no fire around, so it was probably magical, you would sort of assume.
Assume she got one. She got one before they took her down. Good for her.
You find
Why is it
you
in the
go through
bathroom?
the bathroom. The bathroom contains a sink tub and a toilet, all of which are as filthy as the rest of the house. The charred remains of the thug lie here. Under the sink is a cabinet filled with cleaning products, toilet paper, and diapers. I need you to make, whoever's in here, I need you to make, let's see, do you even have the skill?
Depends. Let's go.
You can make observation, you can make awareness even.
I've got awareness.
You can use your sensing if you want.
We'll try a sensing because that is actually higher than my awareness.
And you, or if you have nothing of that, you can roll your intelligence. Your target is 6 if you're rolling intelligence, 4 if you're rolling anything else.
I will do a sensing.
Okay.
I'll also ping my magic sense.
Right. So when
I'm
you ping
expecting a lot of magic from her.
when you
but,
ping your magic sense, cool.
I got
You
2
get-
successes.
There's still a feeling of lingering magic in the room. The thing at your feet, the charred body, feels magical. Skahawk feels magical. But you can sense there's other spots in the apartment that have emanations of magic. With your sensing, Skahawk, you notice that part of the wall has a protective magic barrier over it.
Sorry, what has the magical barrier?
There's a kind of the wall near the bathroom, like near the bathtub. There's a section of it that has a magical barrier protecting it.
I wish to go. Can I astral project through it?
Well, it's actually very specifically meant to prevent that. You could try to break it if you want. Otherwise, you can try to physically find whatever access point there is. But you can try, you would know that this is a magical barrier that was meant to prevent people.
So a physical
astrally
approach would be
seeing
better.
inside of it. Yeah.
There's something here that there's a trick wall or something. It's a magic barrier.
Okay.
That seems like more your department.
I mean, do you want me to punch it? What do you want me to do?
Maybe if we can't figure out how to open it like normally.
Okay.
I don't know. You're the one who does this stuff.
Right. Let me just work you through this real quick. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Queen's Court, thanks so much for the raid. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. We are playing some Shadowrun, and the players are investigating a room where they've just killed a bunch of weird thugs with mandibles
Welcome, Raiders.
and all
And
sorts
a
of...
physical adept is mentoring a shaman. All right. Now listen. It's magic, you said, right?
Yeah.
I was.
It's magic barrier, so magic can't get through it,
Right.
which means it's just supposed to keep magic from getting through it.
Right. So can you take the magic barrier away?
I mean,
You can try to break it. It just depends on how powerful it is. Yeah, but it won't stop anything physical from going through.
Okay. All right.
sure, I'll.
Point me at the
Try.
wall. Just point me at the wall. It's okay.
It's that one. Just
Okay. I will just punch the wall.
When you punch the wall, you realize it comes apart really easy. There's like a compartment that's been built there, and there's just, kind of a pushed-in panel over it. When you punch it, it falls apart completely right away. You can see inside the inscriptions of the spell that were creating the barrier around it. when you open it up, you find a fairly large area. You do find like a crumpled blanket sort of at the bottom. There's no baby or anything like that kicking around in there. There is also a small, like one of those little notepads like you buy in a drugstore or something, kind of like cops, would have like one of those stop sort of thing. There's one of those things.
Little spiral notepads.
Yeah, kind of thing with a pencil kind of halfway used up, kind of stuck in the top of the ring.
Okay, I will pick up the notebook, open it up.
And as you do, back at the ranch, over yonder, the rest of you pull up at Patrick Bembra's place. So weird running a module. Like, I haven't done that in like a donkey's age, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta flip through this and find where we are. Bembra's office, my friends, office/apartment, is located in Ravenna, a lower class neighborhood in central Seattle. Bembra's got a corner apartment on the 3rd floor of a 6-story building. Painted in gold letters on each of the windows are the words Pat Bembra, private detective. There are a few Shaikujin wandering around, a few kids parked in an electric red West Wind blasting the street with the audio track of their new Maria Mercurial release, and a squatter or two wandering aimlessly, but nobody touches off that 6th sense in your spine. In an apartment above you, a man is shouting at his wife. Another thing that you know, Chummer, is that Bembra must love being a detective because nobody lives in a place like this for the atmosphere.
Okay.
What do you?
You said it's like a shadier part of town.
Yep.
Does that mean there's not a lot of like cameras around or security, like obvious tech security for me to get the doors open from here?
You could definitely try to get the doors open from here for sure.
Okay.
You scan with your Wi-Fi and you will detect that there's a maglock on the doors.
We love to see it. I've got my pass key. So I just roll decking? Because we know he's not around. He's basically skipped town, so we're gonna have to break in, I would assume. I'm also letting Jack and Mr. Johnson know about this as well. Like, I'm just going to open the door unless anybody is opposed.
How could anyone be opposed?
She doesn't normally ask permission, but she's asking permission now. Nobody objects, so I'm going to roll some dice. Okay. What are my successes? Is it 4 enough?
You're gonna be looking for 6s because it's still like the security to the place.
I got 2 6s.
That's good. So not only do you unlock the front door, you manage to get into the system and you found Patrick Bembra's apartment, and you've also unlocked his door up there. You do notice while you're there that Bembra does have a closed circuit security system, like a camera system. So if you get inside, you could probably access that, but the building itself doesn't have cameras or a security system like that. But the doors are open.
Cool. I relay this to my companions.
Ben, any update on Skahak Sans Joe?
I check my messages. Nope.
There's an automated message from Sans Joe that says, "I'm away from my helmet."
Oh, God.
Great. All right. Good job on the lock. Jack, would you prefer I take the lead on this, or do you want to?
I mean, you could do it for now. I'll hang back here, keep keep an eye on the 6. You know what I'm saying?
I'm already distracted and playing a game in the background.
All right, then, Candy, you're with me.
Okay. She'll be back in the meat space again, but probably have like some kind of little display up to one, occupy her brain, and two, keep an eye out on the system that she's in still.
Cass, can you do me an awareness roll and just keep it
Sure.
handy? Just keep it
Okay.
handy. Okay.
All right.
I'll ask you for it in a minute. So a lot of you will go into the house. It's a pretty rundown place, very sort of, kind of basic, pretty much what you would sort of expect for like a low level guy like Bembra. You'll climb up to his apartment. When you do, you will arrive here. You can check the map if you wish. He's got a bit of a kind of bachelor pad action going on. He's got like, the apartment's this weird mix of old 40s and 50s, and I'm talking 1940s and 1950s kind of stuff, with the old fan and the wooden slats on the windows and the posters of Casablanca and, like that kind of old detective sort of thing. And
Ew,
also
oh my God.
in another
Damn
corner,
it,
he's got
here.
like a bar with lights that move. He looks like he's a bit of a playboy, mayhaps. You will find your way fairly easily into the apartment. Having unlocked the door.
Oh yeah, already unlocked.
It doesn't look like it's been searched or anything like that. It looks like everything's kind of still in place where it should be. It does have that feeling of an apartment, of a house, an apartment that hasn't been opened in a couple days, maybe. That's been empty. So, what would you like to do? Let me find your bananas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let me look at the map.
Mr.
Map.
Johnson walks in. Man, I gotta do something about
Whoa.
this. They're way too huge. Well, it's not the tokens, the map probably gotta fix. Still learning how to use this Owlbear 2.0. Oh, look at you.
Aw, oops.
Don't move until I've adjusted you. Okay, here we go. So here you go. You are now in Bembra's apartment.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Oh, look at that. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's moving. There's like so much stuff
Yeah.
going on here. It's crazy.
I like it.
I look around and I'm just like, really, Bembra? Really? This guy seems like such a fucking dork, but I guess this place is kind of cool. A little bit.
Everyone has their
Bachelor-y.
tastes.
Yeah, except I have good taste.
Right. And no one could possibly disagree with that statement. Why don't
No,
you start
I'm
with-
objectively amazing.
Why don't you start with the cameras? I'll start doing a physical search.
All right. And I will go over to wherever I see computer, desk, server rack, something.
So the thing that he's got electronics kind of all over the place. You poke your head into a couple of the rooms, and the room down here in the corner is obviously his office. So that's probably kind of the place to.
Yeah, I'm doing a little sweep to make sure that I'm not going to lock this place down by opening the wrong door or stepping in the wrong place. Do I need to do another roll to make sure of that? Since this is a different
yeah,
system than...
We'll do yeah, absolutely. You're gonna have to do a different roll. You're gonna have to crack into this one, but hold on to it for a second. Miko, go ahead and give me an awareness check.
Awareness.
That's for Miko. As for you, Candy, you go into the office, you check it out. It looks all fairly sort of straightforward and kind of like he's got decent security, but he's obviously not like a specialist or anything like that. What I will have you do to begin with is give me an electronics roll.
Okay.
Your targets are going to be 4. Miko, same thing. Your targets are 4.
Ooh.
2 successes on the awareness.
4 successes.
Okay. So you realize that everything, Candy, you realize that most of his system is run through a computer that's not there. Like you see, like the cables are supposed to connect into something. So whatever it is, there's a portable computer that he's gone with, that he's taken away. And that computer is probably not something he usually walked out of the apartment with, because it would control a lot of the other systems. So he's literally left his apartment kind of defenseless by taking this and leaving with it. So that kind of tells you that he probably kind of left
in a hurry.
Yeah. You do, however, find a couple of things that are of interest to you. You will find on the desk a pocket secretary, which is kind of it would be
mine, yoink.
Kind of a computer thing. And you find a box of audio chips. It looks like he's into sort of recording himself talking, and there's a box of audio chips that says backups on it, and it's clear that there's like a rack with 2 and then one of them's missing, but there's one that says backups on it that's in there. So all of those could sort of prove interesting, but you're gonna have to hack into any of those to get anything out of them. So I'll let you do a computer decking roll to see if you can hack into them. Your target's going to be 6.
Okay.
Miko, you go through the apartment. You can clearly see that there's nothing major missing. It's not like he packed bags and left. There's nothing. No one's been through the place. He left at some point, but he didn't take anything. So he wasn't packing or leaving to sort of go anywhere too crazy. You do find near the couch, he's got like a sort of pad of paper, like one of those old timey sort of detective pads of papers kind of thing. And when you take a look at it, you realize that he's written, perhaps absentmindedly or not, he's written Victoria's name over and over and over on it, like dozens of times. And he's written Victoria, not Vicky or anything. He's written Victoria.
Obsessed much?
Hold on. I just want to see if there's anything else that Miko can sort of pick up. And that's the only thing that kind of stands out to you, Miko, throughout the apartment of any sort of interest. Meanwhile, back in the office, Candy, what did you get?
Did you say my target was 6?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't get any 6s. I got a bunch of 5s and 4s, but no 6s. So I would like to spend a karma to
go right ahead. That's what it's there for.
I'm going to roll them all again, right? Because I can re-roll everything because they were all failures, technically.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, I got 2 successes. Is it enough? Probably not, but I tried.
2 successes is perfectly fine.
Okay.
Oh, actually, there was something else, Miko. I'll come back to you in a second. There was something else that you found. What are you checking out first? The audio chips, or are you checking out the pocketbook? The pocket secretary?
Probably the pocket secretary. Actually, you know what? He sounds like an old school guy. What I know of him, he's an old school kind of guy. I'll listen to the voice memos first.
So when you start going through the audio chips, you see they all have names like the Fairchild kidnapping, the Thompson diamonds, the Ravenna assailants.
My God.
The
like
Simpson affair, things of that nature. So most of them obviously don't mean too much to you. But one of them has no tags on it yet, but it's clearly been used. You can see like a little readout that says that there's a portion of it that's been used, and it's the one that's kind of the most in front kind of thing.
Okay.
You pick it up and start playing it. When you play it, you hear Bembra, and he's basically dictating a series of reports that he's meant to send to Mr. Johnson. So at first, the stuff that you go through, you find he kind of went through the same steps you went. So he visited Victoria's apartment. He was told that she had moved out. He mentions in it an old troll that might be worth revisiting. So he didn't talk to Mr. Dent, but he says that might be worth checking back up again. He talks about visiting Madame Ulicia, and when he talks about visiting Madame Ulicia, he says, "And this Madame Ulicia, whew, there was something about the way she spoke. Nah, it wasn't that. It was the words. Something about her routine when she read the tarot for me. It reminded me of something. What? Think, you idiot, think. Can't remember. It might be important. Belonging. Something from my past. Jesus, this distant memory. Echoing, belonging. Right. Hotama, right. Something about my breakup with Hotama. Man, that's like 5 years ago. What could she have been referring to? Wait. Oh, no. Victoria wouldn't have gotten mixed up with, and then it stops. The final bit of information that you find is a final note from him. It says, well, it seems like Victoria made a decision to leave. I don't think she ever sent this last message to Johnson. Johnson ain't gonna be happy, but I guess it's time to let him know. Now, whether she knew what she was getting into, man, that place is iffy as frag. It was iffy back then, it's iffy now. Note to self, check with Toggle about getting info on that Poly Club. I recall reading something about it on ShadowNet some years back. Have Tog dig it up. Something by someone named Wanderly. Yeah, that's it, Wanderly. And that's the last sentence. I'll copy all of that into the notes. Okay. But he was talking about someone named Wanderly.
Do I know that name?
Go ahead and give me a etiquette roll.
Etiquette. What is my? Oh God, what is my? I have 3 dice in that. Okay, trying my best. 3 is a good number. Oh shit, my dice. It hopped out of my tray. Should I re-roll it? I'm not looking at it. I don't know what it says.
I trust you.
Okay. It was cocked. What's my target?
4.
I got 2 successes, a 5 and a 6.
You remember something about that. There was some years back, there was a thing on ShadowNet. So ShadowNet used to be like a sort of like the darknet, basically. You know, like there was this place that not everyone had access to it, but mostly Shadowrunners and Deckers and things like that.
We love the dark web.
Exactly, the dark web, yeah. Something had happened. There was an investigative reporter, and you think that that person's name was Wanderly, and that they had posted something, and literally within seconds, the entire ShadowNet was crashed. And when it came back up, that thing was gone.
Oh.
So
well, good. A very prolific hacker then.
So you could conceivably do more research on that if you want. Now that you've gotten the connection, you could make a new roll for that, but we'll see to that in a second. There's more stuff here for you to find.
I upload, so when I'm examining the voice chips, I'm just everything I'm finding I'm uploading to my folder that I have for Mr. Johnson.
Cool. I will copy all this in the notes too.
You get like ping, 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 is all the stuff that I'm finding.
When you check the Pocket Secretary, you notice that it was wiped, but that something came in after it was wiped. So it looks like Bambra wiped it, maybe before he left, but then someone sent something since then.
Oh,
it's an email from a Decker named Toggle. And I will say, Toggle. He's like about, your level of, sort of
Okay.
Shadowrunniness.
He's like half a step down for me. It's fine.
Half a step, yeah. So his email reads, "Hey, Chummer, this is all I could get you from your target's phone. Looks like a text message that was sent, that wasn't sent, or maybe not even finished. I hope it helps. Look, if shit's getting hot, come and find me. I'm at Skull House most nights." The message,
okay.
when you check it out, is a text message that Toggle lifted off of someone's phone. It is a message from one Victoria Delling.
Oh.
It reads, well, I'm actually not going to read it. I'm going to give it to you, and then you're going to decide what you do with it.
Ooh.
And before we go on break, and we'll go on break here in a second, Miko, there was one more thing that you found while you were scoping out the place.
Do tell.
As you kind of go through the place, you see the notepad and stuff, and then you're kind of looking around. You're getting updates from Candy. You realize that Bembra's apartment is bugged.
Okay. What kind of bug? Audio, video, or just audio?
Just audio.
Okay.
So you get that. You, Candy, get the information, which I will give you during the break, and you can decide what you do with it. And Jack, you're outside. What did you roll earlier on your?
I got 3 successes.
All right. You notice that the couple of gangers, the kids that were hanging out with near the red, what's the name of the car? The West Wind. Kind of pay attention when your friends go in the house, and then soon after, one of them answers a phone. Then they get in the car and they drive off.
All right. Seems suspicious.
You can, if you want, think about if your character wants to try to do it, like, do you want to try to memorize their face? Do you want to try to, get the plates on a car or anything like that? So think about that. Let me know after the break what your character would do. And
right.
we're going to go on break here for a few minutes. We're going to take a 5. Thanks for hanging out with us. We super appreciate you. And this investigation is getting somewhere, even if that somewhere is still kind of nebulous and dark. But we will come back after the break and see what all this adds up to. So thanks for hanging out. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hey,
Froze here.
we're back. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out. We are diving right back into this investigation. Just before we took a break, 2 of our friends, Skahawk and Sans Joe, managed to take out a couple of weird thugs and found a bunch of information in Madame Alicia's house that seems to indicate that, one, she was an extremely messy and disgusting person, and two, at some point there was perhaps a child in the apartment, and three, she had a whole bunch of flyers for some sort of spiritual community called the Universal Brotherhood in her closet. Meanwhile, back at Patrick Bembra's home office, the rest of the players discovered a couple of other things. One basically being that Bembra was at about the same point where they are in the investigation when he disappeared. No one still knows what happened to Bembra. The Decker Candy discovered some interesting information that only she has right now. We'll see what Candy decides to do with that. Meanwhile, Mr. Johnson discovered that Patrick Bembra's apartment had been bugged, and while that was happening outside, Jack saw a bunch of people pay close attention to the players as they went into the apartment, and then after getting a phone call, get in their car and hustle away. So let's do a quick roundup. We'll begin with Jack. So when you notice that these guys are scoping out your friends and then getting in the car, do you want to do anything? What would you like to do?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. She's going to try to get the details on the car and the kids, at least a brief description.
So give me an awareness check.
Okay.
The first one was to notice that they were paying attention to you. So
Sure. Yeah.
another one.
All right.
Targets are 4 again.
Oh. I got 2 successes.
Okay, so you feel reasonably confident that you can give a basic description of these guys who kind of look like gangers a little bit. They were fairly young,
Okay.
and they all had, they look kind of like punk rocker, ganger kind of guys. And the car, you got a decent look at the plate, so possibly Candy or something could do something with that.
Okay.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Candy, you found that information, and you, Mr. Johnson, have found the bugs and all that. So what would you guys like to do?
I have a question about this message. Is there any indication of who that was being sent to?
Nope. It's like, when you get an email, but the 2-line hasn't been filled up yet because someone was drafting the email. That's what it looks like.
Okay. I'm going to, given that there's nothing else in this room, I assume, for me to really be looking at this point, because certain things have been taken away and unplugged and stuff like that, I kind of stroll out into the living room area. Hey, Mr. We are,
Johnson immediately holds up his hand in her direction and does this. And she receives a text message to, I'm assuming that she has cyberlinking to all of her equipment. She receives a text message across her display from Mr. Johnson saying, "Nod if you have everything you need at the moment."
She nods.
This is a dead end. I don't know what we're doing here. We can't find anything in this disastrous place. Let's regroup with the others and try to find something new. That's what he says out loud. And he just kind of tilts his head towards her with a knowing glance and then leans in the direction of the door.
Yeah. Sounds good, wherever you say. And she'll follow suit.
And as we're leaving, he will just, with a hostility in his voice, just say, "Fucking useless. This is all just fucking useless."
Not completely. I think to myself silently.
All right, guys, what did you find?
Yeah, as soon
Yeah,
as
because we're
we're
outside
like
at this
out,
point.
yeah, as soon as
Mhm.
we're like out the front door, I will turn to Candy and say the place was bugged. Someone was listening.
So
Oh,
why didn't
sneaky.
I? So GM, my question is why did I not pick up on the bugs? Were they not like the Wi-Fi kind? Were they just put there to?
They are activated by the
cloaked
sound.
or-
So while there was no one in the apartment, they were off.
Oh. Well, his entire place was a closed circuit security type setup,
Ah.
so
My kind of guy.
I guess it's impossible to tell if those bugs were for him, for anybody going in while he's out, or somebody else.
Cass, do you want to do me? Give me a security systems roll.
Okay. Oop. Oh, jeez. Throwing stuff around. Oh, and I got 2 successes on the other one.
Okay.
The other awareness that you had me do.
And
And what was it you said?
security system? Your electronic security system?
Electronics. Okay.
Looking for 4s?
I got 3 successes.
All right. So you're thinking, after what you've just been told, is that if he was a security conscious guy, very likely he would have picked up on the bugs. So more than likely they were placed after he vacated the area.
Ah. Okay.
He seemed like he left in a hurry. He had stuff unplugged, certain hard drives taken out in a hurry, wires left everywhere. And it was the computer that controls his whole security loop. So that's not something I would normally remove from my own security setup.
Jack
That's
like
not
something's
I'm
up.
coming back.
Jack like opens the door and just kind of like reaches in her head just real quick and does like her goggles like this or and then she brings it back in and she's like, "Oh, it's because those bugs weren't his. They were brought in after he was gone."
That's what I was
Hmm.
afraid of.
She slams the door.
All right. Well, if someone knew we were present, then we should probably vacate expediently and link back up with Skahawk and Sans Joe and see if they've come up with anything and determine our next move. Did you find anything of importance, Candy, before we go on?
Other than
What you sent me?
the voice chips, I got an incomplete text message from Vicky.
Well, I
Gloria.
did see some hooligans out here while I was waiting for you guys. I did get the plate number. Candy, if you want to run the number, they looked like young gangers, you know. So she writes it on a piece of paper and hands it to her.
Wonderful.
Candy takes the paper and looks at it with disdain because she didn't text it to her.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to share the text message though? Then
I will send the text message to Mr. Johnson.
Okay.
And I'm doing it knowing and having a hunch that text message is for him.
Okay. I will post it to you, Miko.
All right. I'm going to gesture towards the car and say we should get going. If this is someone paying off gangers and such, I don't want to have to deal with that mess right now. I'd rather not have to fire my pistol today if I can help it.
You're not wrong there. I hate those buggers. Such hooligans.
So
Right.
you'll get in the car and drive off. And if you want to follow up on the license plate, Mandy, you can make a decking roll. I will go over to the other folks
I do.
back in Madame Alicia's.
This
Alrighty.
is Jack.
Sorry,
I already have the
what you got?
I already had the roll. What was my target?
In this particular, I would say 6s.
6s. I got 1 success then.
Okay. The tag on the car links back to that company that you had found earlier.
Ah, this fucking company. Same one, burners.
The futuristic equivalent of switching plates on a car.
Yep.
All right, back in Meta Militia's, the two of you are standing there. You pull out this notebook and you open it up, and throughout the notebook, in a very scratchy, kind of messy handwriting, you see basically what would be the diary of someone taking care of a child. At first, someone who has zero clue what the hell they're doing. None whatsoever. You read stuff like, I'll give you just some quick excerpts. The thing cried most of last night. I find it very disturbing to have it nearby. It's not one of us. At some point, it says, hold on, there was a great one that I wanted to quote you. There's a whole, I can't find it, but there's a quote where they finally discovered that the thing likes eating rotten meat. So once meat has gone bad or milk has gone bad, this thing kind of pures it into a little mulch and sort of gives it to it. And so it goes through a bunch of things like that. And throughout it, and these are all like a couple of months old. And as you go through it, some of the personal notes are, the child is an abomination and will not live. Pre's curiosity will damn us all, but I will do my duty and try to nurse it. And then one of the last entries is, I saw a few soldiers hanging around. They tried to break in, I think, while I was gone. I think they're after the child. Little do they know it has already passed on. It could not live. It was an abomination.
What was that name that?
So it's just P-R-E. Pray.
P-R-E.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, that is, and I'm not gonna lie, disturbing as hell. Do you make anything of this?
I can't say. It sounds familiar offhand.
You think the kid could be like these thugs we ran into? Said it already passed on. I don't know.
If it already passed on, I assume they did something with the body.
Right. So it's not here. Why would she have a baby that was an abomination?
It sounds like she was told to. Who did it say? Someone's curiosity?
Yeah, Pre or Prey, whoever that is. You know, I heard you texting. Your phone's really loud.
Oh, it's these buttons. They're like really sturdy because I'm a little clumsy.
No, I understand. Was there messages from the group?
Oh, yeah, they told us to meet up with them
Oh,
when we were done here.
Oh,
I didn't think it was necessary to let them know that we had
Candy
killed,
probably sent a virus. to my
found
phone.
a bunch of dead bodies.
Oh,
while
don't
we were
worry
here.
about that. I'll fill them in. I'm just wondering what Candy did to my automated message. She always screws it up.
It says, "Please hold. I'm trying once again to get a girlfriend and failing."
He'll discover that when he puts his helmet on and just be like, all right, well, you said there was an address?
Yeah, I think so. Although wasn't it like originally it was like they told us before they went to Bemba's, so I think we're a little behind in the where to meet them.
Well, we
You can
only
always
go
call
there.
Johnson and find out what's up with him.
I'd rather just pull my teeth.
I don't know. Is there any,
You know,
does it look like
let's go
Pre is
back
a
down and put my
name, or
helmet
does
on.
it look like Pre is an acronym?
Oh, you know, I don't spread this around much, so you just keep it on your lower side of not telling anyone. I don't know what an adjective is, so it doesn't matter.
Acronym.
Acronym? I don't know. Whatever.
She's just gonna take the notepad and like see if Pre is capital PRE or if it's all capitals.
No, it's just a capital P and an R, and then the E actually is an E, and it has like a French accent aigu, like the little.
Damn French.
These guys look French.
They smell French too. It's terrible. I'm just insulting an entire country right now
That's right.
in a Midwestern accent.
There you go.
As God intended.
Right. Yeah, no, let's get an update. I got an idea. Call Jack. Find out what they're doing. Tell her not to give away the fact that she's updating us in front of Johnson. And I'm going to work on undoing what Candy's done to my phone.
What's the problem with Johnson? No, like he's the one who gave us the job. Are we supposed to be telling him what we find out?
Oh, we'll tell him eventually, yeah. But I don't know if you recognize he's a bit of a square peg in a triangle hole. So.
Hey,
I mean, he's.
Say thank you for the raid. Sorry, just noticed I was tabbed out. Thank you very much. We appreciate you coming in. Sorry, go ahead. This Skahawk.
Well, but I mean, he's along for the ride. Clearly, he wants to know as we find things out. Do you think he would? Do you think it would hurt the job for us not to tell him?
No, you could like just call Jack, and Jack could relay it. Just trust me on this one.
Okay.
You're doing good. Just keep going.
Okay.
All right.
Will do.
Okay. Just call up Jack. Jack's a good soul. Bit of a blabber.
But he's not burning buildings to the ground?
No, she only does that most of the time. She's on good behavior right now. So just give Jack a call, give us an update.
That doesn't actually disagree with my question. That sounds like you actually were confirming that, yeah, she's only doing good when she's on good behavior, aka not burning buildings to the ground.
No.
But that's fine. That's fine, because apparently right now she's not burning buildings, so I guess everything's fine.
I mean,
who am I to throw stones. I killed a man. I made him explode. So we're all on the same page.
Okay, I wouldn't go so far as to call him a man. There was a lot of not man about those guys. So
what are you going to say? I'm not a person just because I don't look like totally human? Is that where we're going with this?
I didn't say man equals human. I'm just saying they were more bug than mammal.
They look pretty human to me.
Come here. Look at his face. There's no cyberware in this.
Do you see any cyberware in my face?
Do you have 8 eyes that are faceted?
I think at this point, Skahawk's phone starts ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the middle of it. Yeah.
Hey, Vancouver by night. Thanks for dropping in, Steve. Appreciate you, man.
And
This is
it's such an old
bug.
phone, it doesn't have caller ID, so she has no idea who's calling.
That's true.
She just
Bug.
answers anyway. Hello?
Oh, good, you are still alive. Why has no one actually responded and let us know that you are, in fact, still alive and planning to meet with us?
Shit.
We were busy.
Yeah, good enough.
Don't
Don't
think we're gonna get a lot more information from this place though, so we'll
Did you
meet
learn
up with you
anything?
now.
It's fine. Did you learn anything? You know what? It doesn't matter. Candy is going to send you an address of a club to meet us at. We're
club?
on our way. Yes. Meet us
Why-
there as fast as you can. And he just hangs up. And then
Did you get like the of the text messages?
Apparently we're meeting them at a club now.
Yeah, I heard it because you've got that phone all the way up. Like, I could hear him clear as day.
You're welcome.
Okay, look. Just to put our argument on a back burner, I see you as a perfectly legitimate being. I'm saying you didn't kill a person so much as you killed a bug. Same as me. No different, no shade in throwing anything or anything. But I think there's something up with these things. In fact,
If we had managed to leave one of them alive long enough to talk to them, maybe we could have known for sure.
oh, fuck it. Takes out his knife. How strong are you?
Middling. I feel like I'm gonna underwhelm you considering I'm a troll. I'm told I'm not that strong. For
Well,
like
this is a
troll,
strong
I don't
man.
know. How strong are you?
It's not really going to work. He's going to walk over to the kitchen and look for a heavy knife.
A big old
You're-
kitchen knife.
All right. If you're intent on cutting the thing's head off, you can do it and you can find a bag and you can put it in. No
Yeah.
problem. You don't need to go into the details.
Okay, yeah.
Not that kind of game. All right, fine. You cut the thing's head off.
We're not playing
put it in the
Mark
bag.
right now.
Exactly.
I think while Sans Joe is doing this, Skahawk watches with like wide eyes for a second, and then finally like takes 3 steps away to this super disgusting kitchen and just starts throwing up in this.
No one
All
can
right.
tell the difference.
we got what we need.
No one will be able to tell. The whole place is disgusting. But Skahawk reached her limit. This is a lot for her first day on the job. Like,
Yep. All right, we got what we need, information-wise, physical evidence-wise. You good to hold on to this?
is it
It's in a
is
bag.
it in a bag?
Yeah.
Okay, can handle it. I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
Good. All right, let's go. Let's go meet him.
You're heading to a club called the Skull House. By
Yep.
this point, it's kind of early evening. And the Skull House is kind of a, it's not a Shadowrunner hangout at all. It's really kind of a civilian bar, a bit of a kind of a punk rock attitude, but it's for, people who are really kind of not punk rock, but who like to go down and hang out and kind of pretend that they are punk rock. So it's, place. So it's a bit of a
So posers.
Exactly.
That's what
I will say, for the benefit of you guys sorting out what you want to do, that you will all meet in the parking lot. You will drive across town, and the bar is downtown. So you'll drive into downtown Seattle. As usual, the night is wet. There's something falling from the sky. Lord knows what it is. It's not rain, but it's falling down. It's covering everything. It's making the neon just sort of, super bright as it's reflecting on every chromed glass and wet surface around. The downtown, of course, now being night, has really come alive. The sidewalks are jam-packed. There's people everywhere. It's kind of hard to drive through. This is not this video game, the cyberpunk video game, where you can just kind of speed down the city. It's just sort of, gridlocked everywhere. But you manage to get yourself down to the bar. You will pull in the parking lot, whoever gets there first. Mandy, you did do a little bit more research.
Yes.
So I will give you that now while you're waiting. And then the lot of you will meet in the parking lot. You do a little bit of research. So a Seattle freelance writer named Zebediah Wanderley apparently had been asking around about the Universal Brotherhood. You remember people talking about Wanderley's investigation because he was killed in a bomb blast at a place called Grodin's Tavern at the time of his investigation. The official story that came out was that a Decker discovered Wanderley planting a bomb in the bar's basement, and that the bomb went off when the Decker tried to interfere. Now, some people remembered seeing a file labeled the Universal Brotherhood on Shadowland.net in June. It was written by Wanderley and one Frederick Davitt. It flashed on the screen for about 3 minutes and then crashed when the local server hub was destroyed by an explosion. I will give you some information in a sec about Davitt, since I assume you'd look that up. Some folks, scuttlebutt is that some folks aren't too sure that Wanderley was setting an explosion up at Grodin's Tavern. At the time of the bomb blast, Grodin was the location of the local Shadowland server hub. Word has it that some folks did manage to get a copy of the Wanderley Davitt file, but no one has ever come forward to sort of claim it. And what you find out about Davitt, you find a news report. The body of freelance reporter Frederick Davitt was discovered late last night in a dumpster behind his Washington, D.C. apartment building. Cause of death was listed as extreme trauma, possibly the result of an armed assault. He was bludgeoned to death, concurred Lieutenant Carl Bowmeister of Lone Star subsidiary. The ferocity of the attack is well startling. We've been predicting an increase in street use of energizer drugs, and I think that's what we might have here. Bloodstains in the hallway outside Davitt's apartment indicate the assault took place there. Frederick Davitt began his career as a reporter for Turner News Services back in 2030. His exposure of the Con Ed scam in 2032 won plaudits from journalists across the country. Davitt moved on to work on what he described as freelance oversight role with respect to fiscal responsibility of government agencies. So whatever all that has to do with nothing. But that's what you find out. So he was killed sometime after the whole Shadowland thing. And so was Wanderley.
Okay, that's a lot of information.
Yeah, it was sometime after that. Well, all that you really need to sort of know, I guess, is that Wanderley and Davitt had been doing an expose on the Universal Brotherhood, and when they uploaded the Shadowland.net, the Shadowland got crashed, the hub got destroyed, and then Wanderley was accused of actually planting the bomb that destroyed that, but most people don't believe that it was him, and then Davitt was killed in his apartment with blunt force trauma.
I will.
Sometime after that, the Universal Brotherhood started rebranding as Anima Universalis.
Okay. And Wanderly, remind me again, Wanderly we found was associated in some way to Bembra.
Bembra said that he remembered Wanderly's name because he was talking about who Victoria had gotten involved with. That Madame Alicia had said something about his past that made him, well, here. Actually, all right. If all the four of you put your heads together, Bembra, when he went to Madame Alicia, she did a tarot reading for him, and she said something about his past that made him think of Victoria, and he talked about an old flame of his.
Right.
And when thinking about her, that he made the connection to Universal Brotherhood and then Wanderly. And so what you kind of draw, the conclusions you draw from that is that he had already, someone in his past had gotten involved with the Universal Brotherhood. Whatever happened, you don't know. But it reminded him of the circumstances around what is going on with Victoria.
I relay that.
So all of you have met in the parking lot of the club. You're exchanging your information. Candy tells you.
When we park, I wait for Jack to get out of the car and I kind of like tug on Mr. Johnson's sleeve and say, hold on a second.
All right.
That text message,
Yes.
was that for you?
Yes.
You know, it might have helped to know that you're her boyfriend or whatever. Maybe you didn't put labels on it. I'm not here to judge. But that might have been helpful to know.
I told you that there was people that valued her very much looking for her. Did I not?
You did say that.
Yes. That's all that should have mattered, and that's all that matters now.
Hey, y'all, I got a head for you to look at.
Scott Hawk's just like holding it as far away as she can.
I'll take it. I'll take it from her.
Yeah, once he says that, she just gets out of the car and says, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Jack's already running towards it like, what? You found a head? Where?
Well,
Like a kid with a Christmas present. Just gotta open it up.
Oh, let me see it. I can hang it next to my teddy bear.
Well, technically, Jack, I didn't find it. I took it.
Could we maybe
even
not
better.
open that right here in the middle of everything? I'm already like looking to loop the security cameras that are around us.
What? Is there a problem, Candy?
Yes, don't look at shit like that out in the open, you dumbass.
Oh,
How many times am I gonna tell you?
It's just looking in a
Whoa,
bag.
there really is a head in here.
She's just looking in a bag.
Whatever. I'm looking for the security camera so that I can boop, 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 get rid of them.
Just don't. I don't need it back. You can keep it.
Thanks. Can I really keep this?
Well, I don't know actually, because I don't know what it is. So I feel like we need like a scientist or something.
Well, if we don't need it, Jeb would be like very, very happy to have this.
Scientist. Would this be like a biotech kind of thing?
You're muted, Christian.
You muted, Chris.
Sorry, I keep muting myself when I'm typing. You could do a biotech roll, yeah?
I can do biotech? Okay.
But you left
I'm
the
dropping my
bag.
dice.
What are you trying to accomplish?
I don't want to look at the bag. It's
Then
yucky.
Then you
It
can
is
roll a
yucky.
biotech roll.
Exactly.
I peek at it real quick and I roll.
Tell me what you're trying to. Tell me what you're trying to accomplish.
I just want to know what the fuck it is.
It's a head.
I mean, what
Well, it looks human, except that it's got these weird
What's-
black multifaceted eyes that look real, and it's got
Ew.
actual mandibles that are coming out from the roof of its mouth and poking out
Fuck.
through its cheeks.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
Never. No.
Jed's really gonna like this.
Do I have a target or did I roll for nothing? Because I rolled pretty good.
No, but that's it. Like that's literally that's all there is to find there. It looks like
Damn.
a head. There's nothing about
Jeez,
it.
guys, let's not pretend that like oversized
Damn,
teeth
I got
type
2
things
sixes on that
sticking
roll.
out of mouths are like a super crazy thing. God, like I'm starting to feel a little like attacked over here.
Tusks and mandibles are not the same thing. Why are you making
See,
this
I
about
tried
you?
to tell her this, but she just come back at me like I said. She might as well have been a bug. I don't know.
All right, that's enough.
With
I
the two
appreciate
Whatever.
it.
sixes, hold on. With the 2 sixes, I'll tell you this, right? That
Oh.
the things do look insect-like, the
Mhm.
mandibles and the eyes, and they are very much natural. They're not. They have nothing to do with cyber replacements or even plastic
Genetic
modifications.
enhancement or
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
The mandibles are fused inside the bone, inside the roof of the skull. But otherwise, everything else, the blood looks like normal human blood. The flesh
Bones.
everything
There's a lot of
looks
it.
normal. The hair, it's just those two things that look kind of out of place.
could these be humans that were like altered some way?
That's a good
It looks
thought.
natural to me.
Yeah, me too.
And I like hand the hand the bag. I'm just kind of like
Jack
Yeah.
takes it. She's
No.
like,
yuck.
"Oh yeah, Jed's
Can you-
gonna love this head."
Can you at least put that in the trunk so that we're not carrying it around, trying not to attract too much attention? Because this is an
Fine.
investigation.
I
I guess I
was
will.
told to let you all know they
Why the
were
fuck didn't you
already
just-
dead when we got there.
Okay.
Okay. Obviously, that's a lie. Because you look more green than usual. Since it's okay. You know what? it
There were a
happens
lot
to
of
the
gross
best of us.
things about that apartment. We don't need to get into all of them out here.
Listen. All I have to say, I don't kill people. Oscar kills people.
Who's Oscar?
You'll find out
Oh, I missed
eventually.
I missed the apartment that's all dirty. Oh, why did I have to go with
Scott's
you
gonna
six
lean
and
over to
that?
Sans Joe and be like,
right. That's
"Who's
enough.
Oscar?"
All of you, please. You're giving me a horrifying headache at the moment. I appreciate this loving banter that you all seem to have with one another over a decapitated head, but we have a job to do. Now,
Exactly.
Scarhawk, Sans Joe, did you discover anything possibly connected with Anima Universalis or the Universal Brotherhood or anything of the sort in this acquiring of a decapitated head and this disgusting place that you visited?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because
You can say
Pulls the
yes or
fl-
no.
pulls the flyer out of his pocket and goes, I found a whole box full of these things. Universal Brotherhood business.
Excellent. That
It
helps
was in a
narrow down
closet.
things.
Uh,
Right.
Also, there was an abomination that was no longer there, but was a child of some kind that was an abomination.
we found notes and like
Right.
baby food.
Here, I'll just give you the notebook. I
and-
don't really,
Yeah, it was.
Diapers.
it was like
Okay, so you did bring the
adjectives or
notebook.
acronyms in there or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'm flipping
Uh,
through and like photographing it because paper is fucking useless. I'm just like boop, 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 and uploading it to the file.
Yeah. So
Kids
there's
these
that.
days and their tech.
Somebody named Pre or Prey or Prek. I don't know. What, there's no K on there, but maybe it's silent.
They save that for later. Right now, the circumstances that the reason that we are here is either Bembra or an associate of Bembra's that goes by the name of Toggle is acquainted with this place. So I'm
Don't
hoping
worry,
that if
I'll
we make our
handle
way,
Toggle.
Well, first we have to find them before we can handle them. So I am hoping that if we go inside, we can potentially find either or both of those individuals or a lead on where we might be able to get to them. That is our next stage, as far as I am concerned. Unless any of you have any appreciable evidence to offer me that says we should go in a different direction, I suggest we make our way inside.
Oh, before we do, I've just
Honestly, I got more questions after that apartment than answers, so.
There are lots of questions that we're looking for answers to.
Look, I've been thinking, and well, she tried it once and it was okay, but I think we ought to give her another shot. And he turns to Skyhawk and goes, "You should go and scout out that whole place real quick."
It's a
Also,
club.
I'm super distracted because the virtual background thing is going in and out, and you can like see my cat grooming themselves with a.
That's all right.
As long as it's your cat and not your boyfriend.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
For
it's
real.
just a cat. Super cute when she does it. Anyway,
When Alex does it.
Oh no.
But
She's
yes.
blushing.
Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is like a hacker club.
No, it's just
It's a chill.
it's just a
A
bar.
poser club.
Oh, okay.
I can.
Even better.
I mean, I can try, but I think we kind of figured out with the apartment situation. I wasn't really all that clear on
It's
what I was
fine.
looking for in the first place.
Katie
This
just
place is
walks
rather-
away towards the club. She's over this conversation. She just leaves.
This place
Oh,
is
I
low
guess,
on the importance for that sort of thing.
I'll try in case.
Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's okay.
sorry. I don't
It's
know.
It's okay. It's okay. Look.
There's
And
a time and a place for these things. The time
Right.
right now is for us to go inside.
right.
And
what
if you
what he said.
value the pay that you are being offered, you will follow Candy and I in. And
Right.
Mr. Johnson just starts following
And-
Candy.
Okay. Sure
Appreciating her
thing,
directness.
boss. Like, just.
Okay,
Yeah,
and-
Sans Joe, let's get you a pig's ear. Let's go.
And just
What does that even mean?
It's a beer.
Oh,
Just for your
I work with Australians. This is new to me.
calming, Skyhawk, your tusks are just fine and pretty and everything, okay? There's nothing wrong with them. You're not bug-like.
Yeah,
okay?
babe.
Thanks. I guess.
Sans Joe, you realize your away message has changed again too. I'm busy flirting with my coworkers. Can't answer right now.
Damn it. How did she do that so quick?
So,
At this point, she's literally built herself a back door into like your phone system to fuck with you
There's just
whenever
like a
you're on jobs
shortcut
together.
that she just has to click.
She just
It's a
goes
hotkey at this
and
point.
opens it up. Yeah, I have a
That
hotkey set up for
implies
it.
that you would need a backdoor for his phone.
No, probably not, because he's not
No.
security oriented at all. So I have no patience
If
for
Candy
the
works with him a
trainee.
lot, I feel like Candy would have put some security measures in place because she doesn't want to get brought down
Yeah, but ones
by a
that I
weak
set,
link like Sans Joe.
but ones that I set up for myself for Sans
Exactly.
Joe.
But that's the thing. You have the back door because you're the one who put them in there.
Yeah.
You've got the admin login to his
I do.
cybersecurity. I know.
She's gonna make me make a different password to get it done, get it out.
You're gonna have to take it off password 123. How are you ever gonna remember it?
Sans,
1, 2,
Sans
3,
Joe's
4.
password is Sans Joe. Now he's going to change it to Joe Sans.
Joe Sans, yeah. I'll change your display name. Whenever you call somebody, it shows up as a different name. Anyway,
The bar, when you walk in,
yes.
is basically looks like any other bar that you would kind of walk in. It has a bit of a high-tech punk sort of aesthetic to it. It's a lot of red, a lot of moving lights. There's dance floor is this huge stylized skull that flashes in all sorts of directions.
Ooh.
Music is this kind of, if you can imagine Rammstein, but
Oh my god, that's so cool.
It's kind of blasting. There's tons of people dancing. The place is pretty packed. As you approach, you kind of go down the stairs and get to the front door, and there's a bouncer there, this huge troll with a long coat and this one long horn that kind of goes around his head, and he's wearing shades, and he's kind of just standing there, and he's pretty much sort of blocking half the light of the world, standing in front of the door. He's going to say, he's going to point at a sign that says, 15 new yen to get in. Do you want to just pay and get in? Do you want to talk to him, asking questions? What do you want to do with this guy? He's just sort of standing there pointing at the sign, and next to him there's a little sort of automated cashier thing where you have to pop in your cred stick and pay to get in.
I think you're up, Johnson.
Mandy is technically leading the fray.
Yeah, I am leading. I am leading the pack.
Giving Mandy an opportunity before I jump in.
Have I been to this club before, and do I know this bouncer?
Have you been to this club before, and do you know this bouncer?
It's not as cute as I would prefer, but I do like this aesthetic as well. So maybe I've been here before, but because it's not a hacker hangout, probably not.
It's like your
much.
off-night bar. It's like your off-night bar.
Yeah, sometimes I'll go here just to blow off some steam and do something different. So I'll just assume I don't recognize him, but I'll just say, hey, obviously paying to get in. I'm not going to hassle you all day, but I do have a question.
He looks down and pulls his shades on and goes, "Are you Candy?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I'm such a fan of your work.
Oh, thanks.
Dex told me that you hang out here once in a while, and I was like, Candy doesn't hang out here. What are you talking about?
I do sometimes,
Oh. You think I could get your autograph?
Oh, absolutely.
I had this made. I hope it doesn't come off as too cringy or whatnot, but he pulls out
never.
of his pocket. He's got his cell phone, and he's got a phone case around it, and it's done in the style with your ears and the whole thing. And he's like, would you mind signing it, please? I really admire you. That thing you pulled on Fushi 2 months ago.
My finest work.
That was like ballet. It was like watching ballet. It was like watching a philharmonic orchestra, everyone just sort of working together in this big Swan Lake ballet, but all the swans died. It was amazing watching you work. It was fantastic.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. So I from who knows what fucking pocket pull out a silver Sharpie. I always have one on hand apparently. And I'm just do you want me to, make the autograph out to you, or am I just signing my autograph? Want me to say it's for you?
Yeah. If you wouldn't mind, but I go by Skull Crusher, but if you don't mind, if you would make it to my real name, my real name's Terrence.
Terrence, okay. And she'll just fill out a little, and she'll put a little heart at the end of it.
This is amazing.
Hand it back.
I couldn't believe it when Dex said you hung out here. I was like, man, I want to be on that door every night, man, until she comes up. And if she doesn't try to beat your ass up, Dex, but that's amazing.
Here I am. You don't have to beat up your friend, and let him know I always appreciate other fans too. Oh my gosh. So my friends
no worries.
My friends and I need to get in. Do you know if Toggle's here?
No, he's not here, but you know what? Someone else was asking for him earlier, and they're here. Yeah, some kind of redhead
he's
guy
popular.
with a fedora.
Oh, well, thank you for the tip.
No problem. He's somewhere.
She'll give him a little wink and be like, Johnson, come on. Into the club.
He lets her pass, and when the rest of you goes whoa. Points at the sign. 15 yen a pop.
Johnson just slots a cred stick. Nice tusk.
Thanks.
Makes his way in.
She's just bopping along, assuming everybody's behind her. Totally,
And
like, none
soon
the
as-
wiser.
As soon as Johnson catches up to Candy, he says, "Nice work. You definitely have a future in this business. Keep it up."
Thanks.
When you walk into the club proper, you find it already pretty packed with people. Waiters are zooming by on inline roller skates, dropping off drinks to people and whatnot. You can see that one
There's a lot of
corner,
people here.
one corner of the bar has some wire heads there. So there's a bunch of people that are sitting in these big comfy chairs, and they're all jacked in, and you know that they're experiencing the bar in virtual reality. Like they physically come to the bar and then experience in virtual reality together. You know, that's what people do. People are dancing, sweating, you know, the club looks like it's bopping. And you notice there's a couple other bouncers kicking around.
Mhm.
There are waiters, bartenders, and people. What would you like to do? The floor is yours.
I'm looking for Fedora Guy.
How do you go about looking for Fedora Guy?
How easy are the cameras and face recognition softwares to hack into?
Well,
I'm lazy. I just want to find him, like,
Want to like
snap of the finger.
in like a corner of the bar, and you're just like, I just want to get my little spot and just work from here.
Yeah.
Jack grows huge. So here's what I'm going to tell you about that,
Oh, gosh.
Candy.
Okay.
It would probably be not too difficult to hack,
I was going to say, I feel like Fedora Guy would stand out in this crowd.
but this is the decision you kind of have to make about that, because you know, you're kind of known at this place, you hang out. If you were to mess up and you were to get caught, it would kind of ruin your name here. So is that a chance you want to take? Which is fine if it's a chance you want to take. I'm not saying
Maybe
this.
I can schmooze one of the other bouncers if I see anybody else recognize.
Yeah, you know-
any other
you know,
bouncers recognize who I am.
You know, well, you know Dex. The one guy you know is this guy Dex,
Oh, yeah.
and he's in here. He's over here.
Okay.
He's hanging out here. He's watching the door here in the back. There's like a game room with like a pool table and a bunch of other things. It's a bit more quiet, and he's out here.
Oh, okay. Dex is the big troll-looking guy with the
Yeah.
sunglasses. Okay. Sorry, my browser doesn't really want to load this map super well. I don't know why. It was loading fine before, but it's like stuck. But okay, so I will indicate to Johnson. In fact, because it's loud in here, I'll text him what I'm doing.
Sure.
And point. And just start kind of like weaving my way through the crowd, walking up to Dex.
Not a problem. What's everybody else doing?
Johnson's going to look at the others and say, "Fan out, cover Candy, just in case." And he's going to make his way to the bar.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything specific, or you want to wait to see what Candy comes up with?
Jack's gonna take Joe Sans Joe.
Is there anybody DJing right now?
I can't wait to find out why you need that information.
There's a DJ up here.
We're gonna go jiggy jogging. We're gonna dance.
Well, while you think about it, you approach your buddy Dex, and he's kind of leaning there, and he's got a toothpick, and he's like, "Hey, Candy."
Dex, how are you?
I'm all right. Did you come in by the front door?
I did.
Man, was Skull Crusher okay with you? I know he's crushing pretty hard. Was he all right? If you want to,
Oh yeah, I'm used to it. I get it all the time. But he was so happy, and I let him know he doesn't have to beat the shit out of you for,
which is good
because you
don't call him
weren't
Skull
lying.
Crusher for nothing, you know.
Yeah, well, he seemed like a big softie to me. Did you know his real name was Terrence?
Really?
Yeah.
I'll file that one away for future use.
Yeah, don't tell him I told you until I'm gone, okay?
No worries. Yeah, he was pretty excited. I'm glad he got to see you. It's always great. Thanks for
I
dropping.
love meeting my fans. It's so much fun.
Thanks for the raid. So,
wow.
can I set you up with a drink?
Yes, and also looking for dude with a fedora. Apparently he was poking around asking for Toggle, who I am also looking for.
Well, I don't think
Coincidentally.
Toggle's in tonight. Dude with a fedora. Why don't you go ahead, Mandy,
Yes.
and give me a charisma roll. See
Charisma.
how well you bat your eyelashes.
Charisma. So I just a straight charisma roll. So whatever
Yep.
my number is in charisma. Okay, that's
Yeah.
6. I'm pretty charismatic.
We'll say his willpower is 4, so target is 4.
Shit, fuck. I only got 1 success. Do I need to spend karma to succeed?
No, because he got none because he had to roll
Okay.
6s and he got none.
Oh.
So you
Yeah,
seem
okay,
kind of
so I got a success.
like, look,
It's a 6 if that matters.
yeah, no, it's cool as long as you get the success. That's good.
Okay.
Look, I like you, but the guy, he paid for a little bit of privacy, so I kind of feel like I'm in a bit of a.
I see.
Yeah.
Paid for some privacy. Is he hacking from here then?
No, I don't think he's much of a hacker. Look, I mean, I'm gonna go and get you a drink,
Okay.
and if you were to, on your way to the bathroom, kind of get lost and go through the door over there on the right instead of down the hall,
Mhm.
you might have to excuse yourself to the gentleman in there.
Gotcha. She winks at him. I owe you one, and then we'll skip off.
No worries, I'll go get you. You still drinking those nuclear cosmopolitans?
Oh my god, yes, every time.
I'll hook you up. There's a
You're the
guy at the
best.
bar there. It looks kind of square. He keeps staring at you. Just so you know.
Oh, it's okay. He's with me.
So he'll take off, and he basically, I don't know if you can see the map or what the situation is, but he pointed out over at this door here.
I saw Tim's message in the chat. I do need a t-shirt that says I can hack it. A pink t-shirt that says I can hack it.
Nice.
So I'm
the
sneaking
back
off.
one back here.
Okay. Let me move. I'll try to move. Where the hell is my token? Oh my god, there's so many tokens on this map. I don't even see mine.
Yours is right here.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Wait, what?
Where are you, Candy?
I don't see me.
You-
I don't see anybody's tokens other than
Everyone's
see.
there.
I see Sans Joe.
Yeah, no, I got you right here.
Oh god. I'm
What's up?
giant.
That's right. So there you
Okay.
are. As he moves away from you, Dex looks at the other troll that's out by the door he told you, and he kind of just motions with his head, and the troll goes on, take a walk around and check things out.
Okay. So I'm scooting to wherever it is I need to go. To the right, I guess.
Yeah, it would be this door here. Did you let Mr.
If
Johnson?
I see Candy disappear through the door, I will start making my way that direction, and
You'll get
indicate to the
a
others to follow.
yeah, you'll get a text. Hang back, but don't be far.
Yeah.
So it's this room here?
Yep.
Okay. So I put on my best like white girl wasted stumble on through the door.
Something that she's had a lot of practice with.
Well practiced.
Yeah. And kind of just open up the door and stumble in.
Popping through the door, you see sitting in that room a man in a long duster. There's a fedora on the table next to him. He's got reddish hair that's kind of slicked back. He's sleeping as he's laying down on one of the couches in here, and he's like on his back, and he's got his gun in his hand, and he's
Can I? Okay, so I am just kind of slinking into the room. I take note of the gun.
Mm-hmm.
And I can, like, when I'm texting someone, it's silent, right? Because I'm just like,
totally.
It is? Okay, so I'm texting the group. Found Fedora guy. He's sleeping and holding a gun. I'm gonna try to take the gun away so that he doesn't do anything stupid.
What's everybody else doing? Your tokens are all there. Move your tokens wherever you want to go, wherever you want to be. People are moving towards that back there to, you see Mr. Johnson going towards the back.
Mm-hmm.
I will message Candy in response to that, saying that may not be the best idea.
So walking around here, I spot the billiards and I walk over to the billiards.
Jack's over here dancing.
Is there anything else near him that I could like take without making any noise?
Like, there's
I don't know.
There's like he's got like a glass. Yeah, like whiskey. He's got like a bottle and a glass nearby if you want.
Is this Bembra?
Yeah.
I have his info. I have a dossier on him. Can I text him?
Sure.
I text him. And I say, you have a visitor. I mean no harm.
He's like, the second you send your text, he's like, ugh. He wakes up, he's got his gun up. He's like,
oh, stop.
Who the hell
You know
are you?
who I am. Put the gun down.
Who the
Read your
hell are you?
texts. Read your fucking text messages. It's Candy.
I don't know no Candy. What do you want?
I'm assuming that the door was left slightly ajar, and I can see Candy in the door.
Yeah.
Johnson is going to make his way inside. She's with me. Put the gun
And who
down.
the hell are you then, the feller?
The guy that fucking hired you.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah. All right, come on in. Sorry. Oh, it's been a rough day.
You're a difficult man to track down, Mr. Bembra.
Well, apparently not fucking difficult enough if you manage to find me. Where's Skahawk and all this, by the way?
Skahawk has decided she feels super awkward about being possibly the only troll here aside from the bouncers. So she's gravitated towards one of the bouncers and
Watch it be Dex.
is just trying to be
like Dex.
Hey, what's up?
The ones that came in with Candy.
Yeah, do you know Candy?
Yeah, she hangs out here once in a while.
Cool.
Name's Dex.
Yeah, we're working together right now.
Glad to see that she's making new friends, you know. She finds it difficult sometimes, I think, making friends. I think people are not technological enough for her. All the meat and the flesh and the blood and the soul, that's just not her thing.
I could see why I would not be the sort of person that might appeal to.
Which is why I'm impressed and happy that, you know, she's branching out.
I mean, we're working together. I wouldn't necessarily say that means we're gonna be like...
You get attached to Candy, though.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Skahawk. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Dex. Pleasure meeting you, Skahawk.
Nice to meet you, Dex.
What's that, like, are you from the nations just up here, or?
Oh, it's a Gaelic name
Oh.
originally. It means shadowy.
Because you're a Shadowrunner, I get it. That's smart.
I
No,
just
that's-
assumed it was because of the whole like the troll skin.
Oh.
I guess it's. I don't think when they named me, they figured I was going to be a shadow.
Oh, that's your
runner, but,
actual
like-
name. Oh, that's not your handle. Oh, honey.
Oh shit! Am I not supposed to tell you that?
Yeah, look. You're kind of new at this, aren't you?
It's my first day.
Oh boy, what are you drinking? I'll learn you a few things.
Nothing yet.
Enter the Cosmopolitan. Enter the Cosmopolitan.
Purely temple.
I just had this made for
Surely
Sandy.
simple.
It's her favorite drink. Give it a try.
Sex on the
What's
beach.
it called?
It's on the beach.
It's called a nuclear cosmopolitan.
Fun story. The first time I had a drink at a bar, it was a sex on the beach because I was 17 and I was in England, and me and my sister talked my way into the bar without having an ID because the bouncer just went, "What's your birth date?" And my sister had drilled me all the way over to answer my same birthday a year earlier. And that was good enough in England to get you into a bar. So I had a sex on the beach bought for me by a rando in an English bar. That was the first drink I ever had in a bar.
There you go. And now you're getting your first drink bought to you by a rando in a bar in Shadowrun. There you go. So
Fun
while
story.
The question is whether Skahawk is
Backstory.
actually old enough to drink. I think
Oh,
that's the
God.
implication.
Oh, no.
this is
I don't know what's the drinking
May not
age in
be.
this is
Shadowrun.
2060.
How
Drinking
old
age
is
is
Skahawk?
drinking age is showing up.
Oh, no.
I really decided that because I wasn't entirely clear on when magic powers show up for people in Shadowrun
Yeah,
world.
it's usually at puberty.
I feel like
Oh,
Candy
she may
is
be
super
way-
young.
She may be way younger than I intended.
Think on it.
Now I'm suddenly like, she's a 16-year-old. No wonder she's like so.
But she
fucking
looks like
bad
an
at
adult, right?
this.
Because she's so huge. Because she's a troll, so people just.
She's a troll. They don't fucking know what she looks like. She like has just hit puberty. Like she's just on the other side of puberty. She's
Oh
like
my God.
a 16-year-old following around. They don't even fucking know.
So- You're
Sam
basically
Joe has
halfway
not
to
asked.
drunk with that one.
Oh, God.
one drink.
Yeah, it's super strong drink.
Meanwhile, in the room,
Actually, you know what? In honor of my own personal history, Skahawk is 17.
there you go.
Having her first drink at 17.
I love it.
And you don't know if it's serendipity or what, but someone puts on the new version that's doing the rounds. This cover of a song by Winger called 17. It starts playing.
Oh,
But
God.
it's like a crust punk version of 17 by Winger. That's how
I'm loving it.
Meanwhile, in the room, Bemba's like, "What you doing here then?"
Trying to find out whether or
What?
not you're still alive.
"Oh, I am, but fucking barely. I shouldn't be hanging around here. Those fuckers are after me. No lie, they're going to be after you too now.
And what fuckers might that be?
The fuckers from the Universal Brotherhood. Look, I'm going to tell you straight up, Johnson. I don't know where else your lady friend went, but she's gone. And if you want to do yourself a favor, you'll just let it go and you'll walk away from it, because those fuckers have been up to fucking nasty fucking shit for a very long time, and they know how to do the nasty shit. I'm getting out of town myself because it's not healthy. It's just not healthy."
Well, unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of being a coward.
Well, it's got nothing to do with being a coward. It's just got everything to do with wanting to be alive tomorrow.
Well, oh, well, if you're skipping town, can you just give me your notes and I'll continue the work from here? Let the grown-ups play the game now.
I don't know. Look, have you considered it? Maybe.
Just give me the fucking notes.
Fine. You're over here, and he pulls out his computer. Let me just boot this thing up. Sans Joe, you suddenly feel an intense spike in magical energy in the area.
I look at my these two. I guess they're elves, who I'm attempting to hustle, and I just am I sensing it from them or am I?
No, it's coming from around here.
So like behind me. Okay.
Yep.
Gents, we'll play the game another time. Keep up the practice. Yeah, just hang out there. He's gonna turn around and walk around to here, around the table. He's gonna notice Scott talking to the bouncer, and he's just.
I don't know where Jack is during all this.
Oh, she's dancing.
Dancing away.
Hell yeah.
She's over there just
Dancing the night away. As you come around the corner, Sans Joe, you notice there's a loading dock door back there. It opens up, and a bunch of dudes that look kind of like gangers, like this, are coming through it, armed with machine pistols.
Well,
There's a number of them. Oh, they're a bit big there, right?
Maybe that guy ate his Wheaties.
Maybe he did. So there's a number of them that are sort of coming through that door back there.
Oh, shit. Are the bouncers doing anything about it? No,
The bouncer like looks up when the door opens and he stands up, and we'll see what happens in a second. Over here, Skaha, can you give me a roll on your magic? So your magic is 6, I believe. So give me a roll of 6 dice, and just tell me what you get off of them.
Is there a target number, or just you want the total?
Just tell me like I got a 6, 2 5s, a 4, whatever. Just tell me what you get.
1 6, 2 4s, 2 3s, and a 2.
So as you're talking to this bouncer, you notice kind of a bit of a breeze that kind of picks up, and you really kind of oddly enough, you see a piece of paper that comes scuttling down across the floor, and it starts to kind of spin in the air, and it kind of comes up towards you, and Dex doesn't seem to notice. He's still just kind of talking to you and laughing at you because you're kind of like you had that drink and now you're like this.
I'm a little baby. Yeah.
Now you're seeing that paper, and you remember that when you were trying to raise a city spirit last game, you were in the alley at the beginning, and that's what you saw. You saw kind of a little wind eddy like that, and this piece of paper floated, and the paper started kind of origami-like, taking sort of like the traits of a face. And this paper that's hovering just over his shoulder, Dex's shoulder, starts taking those traits of a face. It looks exactly like the one you saw in the alley.
As in, I am recognizing someone else is raising a spirit.
No, you are recognizing that the spirit that you thought you had failed at raising last time, you probably succeeded. And now
they're coming to help me?
It shows up, and it says, and only you can hear, Dex doesn't see this or hear any of this, but it says, they're coming, astrally and physically.
And all it took was a nuclear cosmopolitan.
What do I do?
Well, that's going to be up to you. Let's roll an initiative.
Oh no. We're all doing that? What do I roll? Oh god.
Do injuries disappear between scenes? Or am I still having my moderate stress?
Well, I'll say that it dropped to a light because you've had a little bit of rest. But physical ones don't.
1d6 plus 5.
I got a 6.
So basically, if I'm down to a light, I don't have to take the
That's right.
penalty.
Live from the apocalypse, thanks to the raid. Welcome in,
Thanks
raiders.
so much. Thank you for coming in just as things are about to get ugly. Candy,
Yeah.
you roll 5 and you roll a d6 and you add 5 to it.
Well, I rolled a 1, so 6.
I got the same.
I know we haven't super like discussed my whole spell lock thing, but I'm just going to assume I let it drop between once
I would
combat
think so.
ended. I'm assuming I let it drop.
So Candy
So I'm
got
assuming it's not active.
no, but you can activate it for next turn if you want.
Right, exactly. I'm just going to that seems like because we haven't like explicitly discussed it.
Sans
So
Joe,
far.
what did you get?
16.
Jack,
I got a 6.
well, you guys are on a streak here.
There's
Scott.
Scott.
I got a 9. Look at me go.
And Mr. Johnson.
15.
Ooh.
Oh. At 1d6.
Look, for 1d6 getting a 9, I'm happy. Like
Okay, so the guy's coming through the doorway. I'll put them as a goon.
I'm also not a fighter. I mean, I can fight, but I'm the
are-
computer bitch.
Yeah.
good
I'm
thing
not
you're in a
the-
back
I'm
room
not
and
the
you're not going to
brawler,
be the
bitch.
first person who has to deal with this then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 16, the guys, at 16 would be Joe. However, somebody else goes before you. In the room where you are, Candy and Mr. Johnson, you see very briefly appearing out of nowhere and just kind of shimmering there for a moment. You see what appears to be a giant ant that is standing on 2 legs, like kind of a humanoid kind of ant, and it looks something like this.
Oh,
Dragon
gee,
Ball
they
Z
have
shit.
mandibles.
Okay.
And it appears
What is this anti-bug sentiment that's running through this game?
I'm here for it.
Oh,
it
welcome to the
shimmers
underworld.
very, very briefly. And
What
then
the
you see it
fuck?
explode, and this magical energy rips
Explode.
through it and rips into the physical world because it had manifested. It rips into the physical world, and a stun ball explodes throughout the room where you are.
Hey, Christian, I actually just realized something. I'm supposed to add my reaction to my initiative, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
24.
There we go.
Why is
Oh
your
my God.
initiative so high? How many die do you get?
How are we playing the same
3d6
game?
plus 9.
How did you people make your character sheets using the same stats that I had available to me?
They have cyberware.
He has cyberware, and I have physical
Wow.
adept.
You have
initiative.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming that's the trade-off is the
I-
fact that I've got the magic, the thing that
I
managed
can't
to explode a man in
incinerate a
one
man
hit.
with
Yeah.
a mana bolt.
neither
So-
Mr. Johnson nor Sans Joe can take a person and pull them apart by their particles. That's just
I
can't
was
do
trying
it.
to like
Everyone who's in
hold
that
back
room.
just
Everyone who's in that room, you're going to roll your willpower.
Oscar goes on my
in the
initiative, right?
back room.
yeah.
In the
Yeah,
back
Oscar
room.
will go on
Okay.
your
Okay.
initiative.
Okay.
Everyone who's in that room will roll their willpower.
I never did get to find out who Oscar
I
was.
roll willpower.
You will.
Yeah, you roll a number of dice equal to your willpower. You're looking for 10s.
Oh, jeez.
Tens? Wait, what?
Ten.
How do you get
Tens.
tens?
Yeah, how do you
Roll a
get tens?
six.
Load on a
When you
six.
roll a 6, you re-roll it and add to it whatever you get.
And that's the
Maybe.
only way you.
Mhm.
Damn.
I got 2 6s.
Reroll them.
So I'm
Black-
re-rolling the 6s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get 4s or better.
Got
scared.
4s or highers.
No! Stay, guys!
Oh,
that should have been such a good roll, and yet
Fade it.
Hey, I've been rolling so well, so I was due for a
Can
dud.
you use the karma? Can you use a
Use-
karma point to
use a karma
re-roll
point.
just this level of the roll?
No, you have to. If you reroll, you
You
reroll.
have to
from
reroll the
beginning.
whole fail. Yeah.
So you will take out. If you got a 10, you will take out 1 die.
I'm not gonna spend the karma here
All right.
because I only
Just-
have my karma left. I don't have any more chat karma.
Just accept whatever's about to happen. To you.
Yep.
All right.
Stun damage.
So how many successes did you get?
None.
No, sorry. It was just Candy and.
I think it was just me and
Mr.
Candy.
No,
that
I
had
know.
rolled.
I was sorry. I was just I was speaking up when it wasn't. I was just based on like what I was collecting as an audience member. Sorry.
Technically, none because I was looking for 10s. I got those 2 6s and then I rolled again and I got 2 1s. So I didn't hit any
Okay.
10s, so therefore no
Okay.
successes.
Also
Right?
none.
Also
Okay.
none.
Yep.
All right. So
That's a high number.
this stun ball rips through this room, and you recognize basically that a spell has just exploded Skahawk in the room over there.
I recognize it.
You,
Okay.
you get that.
It
flick.
is there's visible evidence from outside the room. Got
Well,
it.
there's no physical evidence. It's completely invisible, but you as a spellcaster just know.
Oh, I just sense it.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
That command is not working because I can't get into
How many bits is it to
In
get
line.
karma?
so yeah, so
How many bits is it for
it's
karma?
100 bits
100.
or 100 bits, a player of your choice can get a karma point. So the command's not working. Then I can't get into stream elements for whatever reason. It's Borg. So sorry. So in order to give
Sorry,
karma
chat
to
was
the players,
asking,
it's
so I
100
was-
bits to give a karma to the player of your choice, and they get a reroll out of it. All right. So needless to say, Mr. Johnson and Candy, you are knocked completely out. In fact, not only are you knocked out, but it goes onto your physical scale. So you're knocked out, and the amount of energy that rips through you is so powerful that it does physical damage, and your
What?
blood starts to pour out of your ears, and your skin burns, and you drop.
Are we just dead?
No, you're knocked out. It's stun damage.
How do I mark this
full
on my
stun with a
sheet?
slight carryover.
Yeah.
I don't understand
so-
how to mark this on my
Right,
sheet.
so your stun bar would be completely full. So I'll mark it for you.
So what, like that? Is that my stun bar? What I just
Your,
did?
your stun bar is the entire thing.
Oh, okay.
It starts at light, then it goes up to
Okay.
moderate. So this is
Oh, it's from the
deadly.
bottom up. Okay.
Yeah, and then you got on top of that a moderate physical wound because it went over because there were so many successes. So you would block out 3 squares on the other one. That's a right.
Like that?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I can't do anything now because I'm out.
You are out like a light.
Hmm.
And so Skahawk, you got the feeling that was happening. Sans Joe is next, I believe. So those guys are coming in. Because it is 10 past 11, give me a basic idea of what it is that Sans Joe wants to do. You're going to confront those guys?
So right now he's just Joe Schmo to them, right? They're not look. Does he get a sense they're not looking, like they're not focused on him at all?
No.
Okay. So he's gonna let them get to him and get to the door before he jumps them.
Okay, not a problem. Let's go out of initiative for a second. Like I said, it's past 11 already, so I just want to set it up for next time. Let's go out of initiative, and Skahawk and Jack, tell me what are you going to do as your first actions?
She's gonna sneak into the crowd and become stealthy
Okay, you're
so
gonna
that
put
she
yourself in
can
the
get a
crowd?
good vantage. Yeah, she's just gonna like get lost in the crowd so she can get a good vantage point on the people coming in.
Awesome, no problem. And Skahawk, what are you going to do?
Skahawk, having sensed the wave of magic that came from that room, is going to rush to see what the situation is over there.
Okay. So this is what's going to happen. You're going to be waiting, Sans Joe. These guys are going to be coming in. A couple of them are going to start fighting the troll. They're going to start shooting People are going to start screaming. These guys are going to run in. There's more coming behind them. There's like another 4 or 5 coming up behind them. Some of them are going to start shooting in the crowd. Others are going to start heading towards here. You see out of the corner of your eye that Skahawk is going to come here. You will be getting lost in the crowd. So we're going to deal with all that next game. The last thing that happens is this. When you arrive, Skahawk, in the room, you see 2 guys there. And they look like the guys that you saw in Mrs. Alicia's thing, maybe dressed differently, but kind of the same thing with the black eyes and the sort of mandible. And one of them is doing something to Patrick Bembra, like he's going through his pockets or trying to grab his computer or something. The other one you see is holding Mr. Johnson, and he's got some sort of technological device. You don't know what it is, but Johnson's got a data jack in his head, like a plug that he uses to access his memory core in there and transfer information. And the guy that's holding him has that thing plugged into his data jack. And he plugs it in, and you get to the door and you hear shooting over your shoulder, and you kind of look over and you see a bunch of guys come in, and you'll see Sans Joe kind of get into combat with them. We'll do that next week. But when you look back, this guy is looking at a thing again, and this tool that he's got in his hand beeps, and there's like a little red light that comes on it. And then he looks up at his partner and he says, "Fuck, this guy's got a Cortex bomb." And the second he says that, Johnson's head explodes as this bomb that's lodged at the base of his brain explodes, and the explosion rips out through the room and through the back room, pushes you back, and for a moment, everything is black. And that's where we will end for tonight.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Hog, I think you gave me that karma point for nothing because I'm probably fucking dead, mate.
No, it's good. Save it. You'll need it next week.
Or my next character.
You'll need it next week. You're not dead.
Oh, explosions.
Fair warning to everybody.
Heads.
Fair warning to everybody. Don't let a corporation install your cyberware.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, truly.
Because when someone goes in and tries to take what's in your memory, it might react in a bad way.
Holy crap.
I had a plan.
And then the corporation stepped in.
And then things happened. Hey.
But hey, at least you got your first drink.
Yeah. You're
My
not
first
wrong.
kill and my first drink in the same day.
Oh, wow.
And your first Cortex bomb.
And the kill came before the
Somebody
drink.
first. We're gonna make you a digital scrapbook for this.
It's gonna be jam fucking packed.
Oh my gosh.
Hey Q, thanks for coming in, Q. Appreciate you. So thank you very much. We're gonna find out next week in the third and final part of In the Blood what exactly happens in the aftermath of this explosion in the club as Mr. Johnson's head has just exploded from the cortex.
Will Miko be joining us next week?
Oh,
Guess you'll find out next week.
Yes, you'll find out next week.
He's got to have a spare, just in his back pocket.
yeah.
Pulls
Spare
out
head.
another head.
Yeah, he's like Kenny. He comes back next season. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Just a new Mr. Johnson.
There's
walks
like-
into
Just a
the
new,
door
yeah,
after
At the
the same
corporation,
one.
there's like 15 clones of him, and they just
Yeah.
There's too many Mr. Johnsons already.
There's-
What's one more?
one more or one less. Thank you so much, all, for hanging out with us. Thank you, guys, for playing. Let's go around and tell these people who you are and where they can find you, what you're up to. We will start with the Mandy again, who is knocked out and completely out of it.
I am. Hi, I'm Mandy, or the Mandy, as you see me all over the internet. I am currently knocked the fuck out, and I am a professional dungeon master. I run games on my channel on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'm also a cast member over at Magi RPG on Tuesday nights, playing Blades in the Dark. That is a really fun campaign. I write for TTRPGs. I do the things of the stuff. So yeah, look me up, and thanks for having me again. I love this. This is so much fun.
Thank you so much for being here, Mandy. Next, the person who was not here earlier, but should have been next in this order was Miko. Miko, how's the head?
My headache's gone.
Ah.
Hi everyone.
Not the
I
only
am
thing that's
Miko.
gone.
Raiding
Hey, Lurk
right
Zumba.
here at the
Sorry,
end from
Miko. Lurk
Gazumba.
Zumba, thank you for the raid. Coming in just as I was looking at raiding you guys.
Damn, we were gonna raid them.
I was looking at your channel to see our rating. Thanks, Jay, for the raid. We super appreciate it. Thanks everyone for coming in. We were playing Shadowrun. We unfortunately just wrapped up, but we were talking to Miko. Miko, tell us about yourself and what's going on.
Yeah, hi, I am Miko. I am the OKSGM. You can find me on most of the socials at _OKS_GM, or you can check out my Linktree at Linktree/the OKSGM. I also am an avid gamer in this space. I create games, run games, produce games, all kinds of things for games. Hit me up on the socials if you're at all interested, or you can find me over at the Wanderer's Haven Twitch channel, where I am a part of the production team over there. And in particular, I will be wrapping up next Wednesday the finale for the current arc of my homebrew Ystera world in Tresca's Requiem. Things have gotten pretty dark over there, and if you are interested in the drama that my players are sifting through, then you should join us. We'll be over there at 9 p.m. Eastern, having all kinds of fun.
Thank you so much, Miko, for dropping in here. And I had a great time playing with you last Saturday in that little one-shot we did for Tresca, where we all turned evil at the end, which was great. Looking forward.
Almost all of you turned evil.
Almost.
There's one
That's right.
that didn't.
The thimble survived. So I look forward to seeing the other arc, and I'll see you tomorrow on La Notte Eterna.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You can't get rid of me that easy. Speaking of nothing that I was talking about, Tim, what's up?
I mean, it's not nothing. It's
Not
something.
nothing.
Uh,
Not nothing.
I'm Tim. You can find me on Twitter, Blackmorflan. You can also find me, unlike what Bleak just lied about, tomorrow night on La Notte. I can't even say it right.
La Notte Eterna.
La Notte
That's
Eterna.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can find me playing a rabbit in a edgelord world. That's
It's like
my
it was made
promise.
for you.
It's Pem is my Pem. He's my Pem. And
Your Pem.
tune in tomorrow night to see what I mean. He's an absolute treasure already as a bumbling rogue.
Treasure.
We love a bumbling rogue.
Mhm.
Yeah, a great game. We're having a good time with it. Run by Kevran Games, and it's got myself also, which you should still watch, even though I'm in it. But it's
Yeah.
also got Creep is in it. Darling
Creep's in it. I love Creep.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kay's playing with us also, so we're having a good time with that. Thank you so much, Tim. Cass, what's up with you?
Oh, hi guys. My name is Cass, and you can find me anywhere you find your podcasts. I have Talk Anything with Cass. I have 3 Besties and a Guestie. Secret Society is our audio drama. It's a horror comedy that we just released our 6th episode to, and we should be releasing our 7th episode this weekend. And we just got our first sponsor, so it's super exciting. And it's not from as many followers. It's from someone who loved our content and was like, here, do more stuff. Here's money. So I'm super excited about that.
Amazing. Send them to me next.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Awesome. And finally, we have the 17-year-old who were putting in on like murder sprees and alcohol drinking sprees and all that.
Just everything going wrong for this poor girl on her first day at work. Yes, I'm Rouge. When I'm not moonlighting over here at Guild Superior, you can occasionally find me over on the Live from the Apocalypse Twitch channel, where we game for charity. I do also, although I'm not super active about it right now because it's not the right time of year, fundraise for Extra Life. But on top of that, I also have been for the past 10 years part of a band called the Misbehaving Maidens that do not safe for work adult comedy a cappella music. We just had our last live concert a week ago, but we are still have all of our music online, so you can check us out. And we do still have a merch store of like whatever merchandise we have left over until we manage to sell and ship it off. So if you
Awesome.
like, if you want to check us out, can do that on pretty much any streaming service that you already use. And if you decide you like us and want to grab things like stickers, buttons, etc., before they're gone, you can then find our website and go order from there.
And who doesn't like a bunch of foul-mouthed raunchy maidens? I ask.
It is. There's a lot of swearing and a lot of sex positive music. You should know what you're getting into. But obviously, I think they're great.
Yeah.
Having
Well, obviously.
done it for the last 10 years. So
A lot
That's
of good
awesome.
fun. Yeah. So congratulations, and on finishing that. I'm glad last year and well. And check it out. I am, of course, the Bleakseason. You can find me everywhere on the Bleakseason. I'll be on La Notte Interna tomorrow and Monday on my own channel doing Mouse Guard, the second of a two-part Mouse Guard game. We've been having a good fun with that. Amazing players there also. And next Tuesday back on Uncle Dave's Land of Greyhawk, or Heroes of Greyhawk rather, adventures right here on Guild Superior. I want to thank my good friend, Q, who's in the chat right now, is one of my mice. Thank you so much, Q. We had fun. We're going to do it Monday. Big shout out to my producer, Andy. Big shout out to all the raids that we got. Live from the Apocalypse. Jay there at the end, Lord Gazumba, and Architects, and a bunch of other people. Sorry, I'm forgetting some people. But we're going to raid out. We're going to go to some good friends of ours, Lost Caravan RPG. Give them some love in the chat when we pop in there. We'll be back here next Thursday with the final installment of the Shadowrun game In the Blood, and see what happens when Mr. Johnson's head explodes, which kind of sounds like a bad sex joke, but here we are. See you Monday, Q. All right, thank you very much, everyone. We are out of here. See you next week, and be good.
Bye.